Are you vegan?
I am, but I also don't eat plants or vegetables.
What do you eat then?
Just dirt.
Hello.
What we got?
So, well, okay. What was the question? What justifies eating animals? I mean, it's really like the basics of like the ecosystem, right? And also like what's it called? The food chain as well, right?
No,
And yeah,
not right, not right. If you
yeah.
care about if you really fucking cared about the ecosystem, you'd be vegan because
No, not
vegans are
really.
way better for the ecosystem.
No, at all.
And we
Not at
don't
all.
have no
If you
stop.
think about it, no,
We
wait,
don't
wait.
have to
'Cause you
eat
said
meat to be part of the food chain. We can be vegan and still be part of the food chain. Did you know that?
okay. So, if everyone decided to go vegan, right? Everybody, all the billions of people on Earth, do you know
Right.
how many acres of land would take
Yeah, I
to
do. I
formulate?
do.
How much?
75% less land will be used because all the land we
But what
use in the
about all
world
the all
is
that land that
grown
we're
for
using?
animals, sir. Animals. Most
No,
land on the planet is
no,
being used for
no.
animal foods,
My
not for
God,
human consumption.
my God.
So we would actually save land by going
We
vegan.
are
You're wrong,
too
sir.
okay. All right. So to have farms and stuff like that, right? We have to cut down forests, right? We have to
Yeah,
cut down
and
forests.
most
Yes, and
forests,
that's ruining. That's
yes, and
that's
most forests
also
are being
harming animals,
destroyed
bro.
for non-vegans, not for
But is
vegans.
that not
Most
harming animals when
forests
you're
are
cutting
being
down forests?
destroyed for animals, not for
When you're cutting
humans.
down forests, is that not harming animals when you're destroying homes of animals that
Yes,
you're trying to
yes,
save?
yes. And guess what?
What?
Most crops in the world and most trees are being destroyed for animal agriculture,
Yeah, and most trees are
not
also
for
being destroyed.
vegans.
Yes, yes, because it takes all the fruits and vegetables and all those things that you need to
No,
grow, all those
no,
acres that you need to
no,
grow.
no.
Yes,
Incorrect.
yes, yes,
Listen, listen,
yes, yes.
listen. No, you're gonna listen to me very carefully. 75% of soy in the world is grown for animal products, for animal feed on farms. 75%. They don't eat fruits, they eat grains, corn, wheat, soy. Most of those are grown for animals. We are chopping down the rainforests in Amazon for animals, not for humans. Most soy is being grown for
Okay,
animals. So
okay,
stop
so
using
the
this
thing
bad
is, that
argument. It
isn't
doesn't
going
work.
to
This
go
is an
away.
argument for veganism
It isn't
because
gonna
vegans
change.
cause
Okay,
less
let's say,
deforestation.
okay,
We cause
look,
less harm to the environment and the animals.
let's say we stop growing a bunch of stuff, like all those things go towards humans, right? That isn't going to change the fact that it's still going towards a source. If you have farms, right, that are all for animals, right, and you change it to go for humans, that's still not going to change the fact that it's still going towards a
Yes, it
source.
is.
No, it
So
isn't. No, it
here's a
isn't,
study.
because there's
Listen,
still
listen.
you. Okay,
Shh.
okay.
Here's a study called Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts to Producers and Consumers. And it demonstrates that if everybody went vegan in the world, we'd actually save land by 75% and we'd be able to feed everybody with the same calories by using less land. This is a
Can you show me the
peer-reviewed
study
study by Oxford.
by Oxford? Can you show
Yes,
me the study?
yes, it's called Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts to Producers and Consumers
Hmm.
by J. Poor.
So I have a question as well. Like, would the protein be enough to supply for all
Yes,
the
yes,
humans?
the calories would be the same.
Really? So what about those
Yes.
people that's already in poverty? Would it help
They'd
them?
be actually be getting more food because
They would.
most crops in the world are being grown for animals. We would actually
Mhm.
save land, save food for more to feed more people. We would actually almost solve world hunger if everybody went vegan because we would have a surplus of food.
Nah, I like meat.
Ah, so now that's your only fucking argument. I like meat. That's it. That's all you got. That's the best you
Yeah,
got.
because meat
That's the
provides
best you got.
protein,
That's
energy, and a source
embarrassing.
of food.
We
It's
can
not.
get pro- we
It's
can
just
get
not.
pro- we can
Not
get
enough.
protein from
There isn't enough.
plants.
There are plenty of vegans that have died because they haven't gotten a sufficient amount of energy and a sufficient amount of nutrients from those.
This is so fucking
You. That's why. That's
disingenuous.
exactly why you
No,
need.
stop. This is so fucking ridiculous. They didn't die because they were vegan. They died because they had terrible diets. Just like most people who are meat eaters who eat all these burgers and fries and get sick and disease and they die from their meat eating. So don't pretend as if only vegans die. You die if you have bad nutrition. It applies to anybody. You can be healthy and be a vegan, period. Your entire argument is so disingenuous, so hypocritical, and so wrong. You have no facts, you presented no data today, and your only argument is no, nuh-uh. That's ridiculous. You're wrong in every fucking way. And now you're abusing animals for no reason. You should
I'm
be
not
ashamed
abusing
of
animals.
yourself. Do you
I'm
have
not
an
abusing
actual
animals.
argument today?
I'm not. How am I abusing animals?
Because you're paying for their slaughter in factories.
Okay, but they are slaughtered and like they're not suffering really.
Yes, they fucking are. They're sitting in their own feces. They're sitting
Womp
in their
womp.
own waste, their
This
own
is
urine.
good.
They can't go outside. They
This is
can't move.
good.
Their
This
bones
is
are
good.
brittle because we
I love
inject them with so
chicken.
many
I love
harmful
beef.
chemicals.
I
They
love
die.
chicken.
They get infections.
I
We cut
love
off their
chicken.
beaks. We cut off their fingers.
Womp womp. I love chicken.
Womp womp, you love chicken. Yeah. So what if we ate people? Would that be okay to you if we ate people?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, great. So now it's wrong to eat people. How about dogs? Can we eat dogs too?
No, not really. Because there's a
No?
sense of
Okay, great.
morality in
So
eating.
why is it okay to eat chickens but not dogs? What's the difference
The
there?
thing is with chickens, they have like a more of a protein. They have more protein than dogs. And
Wrong.
dogs are
Actually, guess what? Humans have the most protein. We have more protein than any chicken. Should we kill people because we have protein?
Didn't the other lady say something about eating humans?
Sir, listen. Should we
I'm
eat
listening.
dogs
I'm
if they
listening.
have more
You're not
protein?
listening. You're not
Sir,
listening.
listen.
The other
Should
lady
we,
said if you're eating
sir,
humans, you can harm yourself.
listen,
Because the
listen.
protein in humans can harm you.
I don't give a shit. That's wrong. You can still be a cannibal, as our ancestors were. But I'm not even
Do you
making
want
that
to be a
argument.
cannibal?
Listen, yes, our ancestors were cannibals. This is a fact. Now, what if dogs had more protein? Would you eat dogs? Yes or no?
No, because I don't want to eat dogs.
Why not? Why is it wrong to eat dogs?
Because I don't want to.
No, why is it wrong to eat dogs?
Because it's really like, I mean, it's not, but it is at the same time because it depends on where you are. If you're in a certain part of the world,
Do you
if you're in
think
a
it's
certain
wrong?
part of the
Sir,
world,
stop
let me
talking.
talk.
Stop
Let me talk. No,
talking.
you're not gonna make me
Stop.
not talk because
Stop.
and if you're in a certain part of the world,
You're so fucking disingenuous and dishonest.
tell me to stop talking because
Stop talking and listen. You're being dishonest. Think, use your brain for a second. You just said it's wrong to kill and eat dogs, but then you think it's okay to eat chicken. What's the morally relevant difference between a
at the
dog and
same
a
time,
chicken that justifies killing the dog? Why killing the chicken? Why do you get to kill chickens? Why? And don't say protein, because we can get plenty of protein from plants. Give an actual argument. What's an ethical justification for killing chickens? Go. Give an answer or go away.
so if you would let me talk instead of muting me, right, it would be cool. But as you asked earlier, you were like, is it okay to eat dogs? And as I was trying to say was, it depends on the certain part of the world you are. Right here in America, it's illegal to eat dogs. In another country,
I
it
don't
could be
care if
legal.
it's illegal, sir. I'm asking you, is it
Okay.
ethically
Let me
wrong
finish
or
talking
okay?
because you're just
Is it
yapping.
morally
You're
wrong
just
to kill
yapping.
dogs?
Shut up.
Yes
Let
or
me
no?
talk. In certain parts of the world, right?
No, you're not understanding. I don't care about other parts of the world. We're talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm trying to gauge your ethics. You all in the comment section are saying it's wrong to kill dogs. And you all fucking know it. You all know it's wrong to kill dogs. You all know it. You all know it's wrong to kill dogs. You would never say it's okay to kill a dog. You would never say that. Imagine looking at a puppy and saying, yeah, I'm going to kill that. Nobody would say that. And if I guarantee you, if I said that on this live, I would get canceled. I would be on the front page of all the news sites. Oh, this guy on TikTok Live ate a dog. Oh my God. Yet you guys are all here in the comments saying, yeah, it's okay to kill dogs. Because you have no argument. You just want to use, oh, he's a vegan. Let me go ahead and say meat emojis. Because you're not using your brain. You're not thinking. You're not using your brain. You're not thinking right now. You put your thinking cap on and listen. You are causing harm and suffering to the animals. The amount of harm you're causing is excessive and unnecessary. That's why I'm here, because you don't see it. But I do, and the rest of us vegans do see it. But for some reason, it's not connecting with you, right? That's why I'm here to show you that you're causing harm. And the only response you have is protein, protein, protein. But you're not recognizing that that's a bad argument, because we can get plenty of protein from plants. So come up with a better argument next time. And you guys are saying womp womp. But I guarantee you, if I was eating a dog right now, you would all be saying, stop, 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 Mike, that's terrible, right? The hypocrisy, it's hypocritical. You guys are being hypocritical. You're not seeing it. Wake up, right? Like, wake up. It's wrong I don't eat animals for the same reason I don't eat people. I don't eat chickens for the same reasons I don't eat dogs. It's consistency, right? Veganism is consistent. But you guys are not willing to listen. You just want to say womp womp, blah, 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 because you have no fucking arguments. Hey, what do you got?
How's it going, Tom? I actually am a vegan because of health reasons. I have like a GI issue, and it's helped a lot on a vegan diet. So
I don't care about health. What are you up here for?
So if you were in the woods and a bunch of starving coyotes saw you, they'd tear you to shreds, and they wouldn't think twice about.
Yeah, you're not a vegan, okay? Guys, I fucking know that if I was in the wild, the dogs and all kinds of wild animals would eat and be, yes, of course, no shit. But we're not in the fucking wild, right? We have stores. We are not in the wild. Come on, guys. He wasn't a vegan. He was a plant-based dieter. He was not a vegan. Because vegans are not vegan for health. We're vegan because of the animals. Look, guys, I know in the wild animals will kill each other, but we're not in the wild anymore. We have stores, we have choices. You're causing so many animals to be suffering and dying and harmed in these factories. That's why I'm vegan. Not because of health, but because of the animals. Come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up here. There's a bigger problem.
Oh, hello.
Hey, what do you got?
So, without meat, we can't actually eat McDonald's, and I love McDonald's.
Okay, great. So what justifies slaughtering and abusing animals?
Because meat is delicious.
Okay, great. So what if people were delicious? Would that justify killing people?
That's illegal.
Okay, what if it was legal? Would you eat people?
No,
No? Okay, why is it wrong to eat people but okay to eat a cow?
because they are made for food.
Okay, so what about the cow means it's made for food?
Because what? Can you repeat the question?
What about a cow means it's made for you to eat?
Because it's living on a farm.
Okay, so what if I farmed dogs? Would those dogs be okay to be eaten?
Not for me.
No. Okay, great. But they're on a farm, right? So you just said everything on a farm means it's okay to eat.
Yeah, but it's my personal choice to not eat dogs.
Why?
It's my choice to
why
eat
is it wrong? Why is
cows.
it wrong? Stop. Why is it wrong to eat dogs, but okay to eat a cow? What's the difference?
Because for me, a dog is a pet.
Cows can be pets too.
It can be, but I don't see them as pets.
Okay, well, I don't see dogs as pets. Does that mean it's
Yeah,
okay
but
to eat
I
a dog?
don't force you to eat dogs or cows. So
No, sir, you're not listening to me. You're saying because I arbitrarily designate this as a pet, that means we get to save it. What if I designate a cow as a pet? Why is it wrong to kill the cow?
then you shouldn't eat a cow. But I don't see it as a
Right?
pet.
Do you not see the inconsistency here? Right?
Yes, but I love meat, and
How
I
are
will
you?
never
Why
stop
are you
eating meat.
arbitrarily saying that a cow is not a pet, but a dog is a pet when they're both capable of being pets?
It depends.
What on what?
on where you live. Yeah,
No,
it's
it
simple
doesn't
as
depend
that.
on where you live. Look, I'm not asking you about where you live. I'm asking you
No,
about
but you
your.
asked me
I'm
what
looking.
the
I'm asking.
reasons
Look,
was.
quiet.
Stop,
Look,
quiet.
look, guys. You're making this so hard for yourselves because you don't have an argument, right? I'm asking you, from your perspective, why is it okay to kill a cow? You said, oh, because they're not pets. Okay. Well, what makes something a pet? What about being a pet means it's we shouldn't kill it? Why? What about it? Why are dogs pets, but not cows? Can you explain? Please unmute yourself, sir. Ah, personal connection. Yeah, well, we can have personal connection with cows. See, the point is that there's no difference. There's no morally relevant difference between cows and dogs. They're the same. They're the same morally.
No,
Cows
not
are capable of
the
compassion.
same.
What's the difference?
Because cows are really grown for food. Without humans using them for food, they wouldn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, the problem is that they don't have to be grown for food, right? Like again, I asked you, we can grow dogs for food, and you say it's still
Yeah,
wrong.
you can,
Right?
you can.
So yeah, so why is it
I ain't
wrong
hold
to
you
kill
back.
dogs? But what's the morally relevant difference between cows and dogs?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why I'm here to educate you. There is no difference. There is no difference.
For you,
Cows
there's no
and
difference.
dogs
For
are
me, there are
morally the
differences.
same. They're morally the same. Cows are compassionate. Cows are loving. They're smart. They're intelligent.
They're
They're
very
sentient.
smart, but
They're
they're also
conscious.
delicious.
They're amazing beings that don't have to die. And you have
But
no
like
justification for
humans are
killing.
omnivores, so
You
they
have
have
no
to.
justification for killing them.
Humans are evolved to eat like meat and plants. They're omnivores. They're not
But we don't have
herbivores.
to. But we don't have to eat meat.
No, we don't have to, but it's
Great.
delicious.
So then what justifies doing it?
Because I love meat and I don't like veggies.
Look. Just you're saying you don't like veggies. That means you think vegans only eat veggies? No.
No, and pasta.
Okay. Yes, we eat lots of stuff that are delicious. Pizza. There's vegan pizza. There's vegan
Pizza
chicken
with
nuggets.
vegan cheese.
Yeah. There's
I'd
vegan
rather
everything.
die.
There are so many delicious vegan foods today. You don't have to kill
Vegan
animals anymore.
vegan foods are all are very processed.
No, they're not. There's something called whole foods plant-based. You can get whole foods, pastas, beans, rices, fruits, vegetables. If you care about being healthy, going vegan's the best thing to do. Being a whole foods plant-based vegan's perfect. You can still be vegan and be healthy. You don't have to kill the animals for it.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think I'm going to change to vegan.
Yeah, and you have no reason not to, right? You're just being cognitive dissonant. You're just suffering from cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, if you say
You're just
so.
saying, no, I don't want to be vegan. I'm used to eating meat, right? I understand that. I used to be a meat eater too. But the problem is you have no reason to eat animals. There's no good reason. You have no justification as you demonstrated for us today. You're being hypocritical and you're being wrong.
If you say so.
No, you say so too, because you think it's wrong to kill dogs, but you can't point out the difference between dogs and cows.
Yeah, dogs are pets and cows are made for food.
What about the cow means it's made for food when it's made the same stuff the dog is?
Because they're on a farm.
Okay, so if I put people on a farm and I bred people on a farm, would that be okay to eat people because they're on a farm?
No.
Great. Okay, so just because something's on a farm doesn't make it okay to eat, right?
But where are human farms? I haven't seen those yet.
Oh my God, sir, it's called a hypothetical, right? Okay, there's dog farms. Is that better for you, dog farms?
Maybe.
We already went over this, and you said it's wrong to eat dogs. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking
for me.
the difference, and you can't show it. You can't
For
show
me,
us
it's
a
a difference.
What's the difference before I kick you?
Difference between dogs and cows, or cows are tasty.
Okay. What if dogs are tasty? Should we eat dogs?
No, I like
There,
dogs.
there you go again. So now taste doesn't matter now for dogs.
I
So
don't
why does
taste
it matter for
dogs, but
cows?
I don't want to eat
Why
dogs.
does it matter for cows?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Seems like you're
No
stuck.
problem.
Come back when you actually have a good argument, and that will be never, because there is no good argument against veganism. There is none.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
I just want to say I want to be vegan, but animals taste too good.
Yeah, the funny thing about this is when people say animals taste good, you're not actually tasting animal products. What you're actually tasting are the condiments on it, the ketchup, the mustard, the oregano, the salt, the pepper, all the preservatives that are in this meat. That's what you're actually tasting. You don't, raw meat doesn't taste like anything. It's just raw meat. It doesn't taste good at all. So you're actually tasting the plant-based foods that you put on top of the meat to make it taste good. But more importantly here,
Fuck
taste
you,
doesn't
Todd. Whoever,
taste.
I'm
Hold
saying
on,
fuck
hold
you
on,
to the,
hold on, hold
Todd
on.
in the comments to tell me kick.
Taste doesn't justify killing somebody. I don't use my taste buds as moral compasses.
I'm
So to
sorry.
me,
It's just
taste
like,
doesn't
it's so
justify
good.
death.
It's so hard for me to. Fuck you, Todd. Sorry, this guy named Todd's like.
All right, she's not serious. Taste doesn't justify murder. Taste doesn't justify slaughter. To me,
But
how does it justify killing people?
nah, like you're allowed to eat pigs now.
I know you're allowed to, but is it ethically okay, right? Is it ethically good to do so? I think it's wrong. It's not necessary. So what justifies killing animals?
They're bred for eating.
Okay, how old are you?
63.
Guys, being bred to be eaten it's not necessary. I can use that for people, right? Oh, let's breed
Hello.
people to be eaten. It doesn't make it good to eat people now, right? So being bred into existence doesn't mean it's okay to do so. Hey,
Hi.
what do you
So I just think that God put animals on the earth for a reason. May I ask what your religion is? Is that rude?
got? Okay, how old are you?
I am 18.
What year were you born?
I was born in 2000.
Okay, religion also doesn't dictate my ethics. That's terrible. Christianity is one of the
Hello.
worst ethical frameworks ever.
Hi. I'm 30, so please don't kick me
Okay.
out. Yeah, so I get your point. This is your moral stance, right? That animals are wrong to kill, but I think everybody has their own moral compass, right? So plants, science is evolving and we're discovering that plants also can feel stuff, right? So where do you
No, we're
put
not.
the needle?
No, we're
We
not.
do. We do. Plants actually have a collective memory. They communicate with each
Oh, really?
other.
Oh, really? Demonstrate that they have memory.
You know that forests have memory.
Give me a study where plants have feelings and memories. Can you demonstrate that study?
I can go and search the scientific documentation. I don't have it right
It's not
now on
there.
hand, but
It's
we
not
do
there.
have advancements that, for example, forests and trees will communicate through fungus. Like this is something that if you go through biology.
Ma'am, listen. My phone communicates with other phones. Does that mean it's sentient?
But then same for animals.
Ma'am, just
Animals
answer.
communicate with each
Just
other.
answer the
Dogs will
question, ma'am.
communicate
Just
with
answer
each
the
other.
question.
Does it mean that they're sentient?
Ma'am, is my phone sentient because it communicates with other phones?
Your phone is not a living organism.
Right.
That's a machine.
Right, but that's not what I asked you. I asked
Plants
you,
are not machines. I mean, if you go that plants are at the same level of machines, you can get angry. Yeah.
Ma'am, please listen. Please listen this time. Does something being able to communicate means it is sentient? Yes or no?
Not necessarily.
Great, thank you. This is the
Then
problem.
I can
Because
do the same argument for
ma'am,
animals. I
look.
can give
I
you the
know,
same argument
ma'am,
for cows.
ma'am, hold on, just relax. I know plants can send signals, but that's not equivalent to sentience. Plants don't have nervous systems, they don't have brains, they don't have nerve endings, they don't have pain receptors. They have no capacity for feelings, emotions, or memories or thoughts. They're plants, they're alive, but they're not sentient. And that's what matters here: sentience, feeling, emotion. That's what matters. They don't feel pain. There's no evidence that plants feel pain. In fact, there's a great study debunking this. It's called literally Debunking the Myth of Plant Consciousness. This is a study you can look up. Go look it up. It debunks all of your claims. That we know that there's electrochemical workings in plants, but that doesn't equate to sentience. But more importantly, vegans kill less plants. So you're actually arguing in favor of vegans because vegans kill less plants. You're killing more plants. So if you really cared about plants, you would go vegan because vegans kill less. Okay, so your argument collapses in both ways. Your argument is completely bad. Okay, now please unmute yourself and come back with a solid refutation.
Yeah. No, I was saying I have the argument. So, okay, if you muted me because you wanted to go through your rant, I mean, that's fine. Plants actually have nerve endings and they have a sense of, self-preservation and survival at
Demonstrate
different
that. Give me a
levels.
source. Give me a source.
I mean, it's very, it's not even
Give me a
new
source.
science.
Give me a
We know.
source. Give me a source.
So, okay, then give me a source that tells me that crustaceans, like for example, shrimp, have actual nerve endings. Because we know that shrimp don't feel pain. So I could eat shrimp if I go by your logic.
Ma'am, now you're going to pivot to shrimp? Look,
Yeah, because that's an animal that does not have nerve endings. So I should
stop
be
and
eating it.
listen. Shh.
I'm listening.
Look, I understand that there might,
What's your
shh. I understand that there might be some animals out there that don't have sentience. I understand that you can make the case for shellfish. But we're talking about plants. You made a specific claim that plants feel pain. You have yet to show that. You have yet to demonstrate that. Stop this nonsense. This is hypocrisy.
You're saying that feeling pain
Give me a
is
source.
the limit.
Give me a
Okay,
source
let
that
me search
demonstrates
for it.
plants feel pain. Ma'am, shh, quiet.
You want a source?
Shh. Give me a source that demonstrates plants feel pain.
Just shushing me?
Give me a source.
Okay, give me 10 seconds.
Thank you.
But within those 10 seconds, we can discuss. No, let's go to another.
Give me the source.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Do plants feel pain? A primer on plant neurobiology is on science.howstuffworks.com. It's the first link that I'm just opening.
No. I want to study.
So
I want to study.
The answer is a bit complicated because they don't feel pain like us humans do, but some plant scientists. What?
I want the study. Give me the study.
Okay, plant consciousness may be a real thing. Research has revealed surprising insights into plant behavior.
Ma'am, I want the study. Where's the study?
Okay, so you want the citation?
Not a news source, a study, a scientific study.
Okay, let's go to the scientific study.
Thank you.
ScienceTimes.com, is it enough for you? Britannica.com?
Ma'am, do you know what a study is? Do you know what the scientific study means?
Yes, and they are published in science magazines. Do you know how science works?
Magazines aren't, man, we're not talking about magazines. We're talking about published research, right?
Yeah, where do
academic
published research get?
Do you have a single study that demonstrates plants have nerve endings or feel pain? Do you have one single source that is scientific?
Okay, ResearchGate. Yeah. So you have Do Plant Feels Pain, published by Adam Hamilton and Justin McBrier in 2020. Okay, so you can search for it. Yeah. And so they explain that they do not have the same experience of pain as us humans do, but they do have sensory responses, which is because You know,
Your
animals do
responses
not
don't
feel
mean
pain like us
anything.
humans do.
Ma'am, listen.
Shrimp do not feel
Your
pain like
source
us humans
demonstrates
do.
they don't have pain or nerve endings. Your
Okay, so I can
source
eat shrimp. By
demonstrates
your
that
logic,
you're
I mean, I
wrong.
don't, you still didn't answer that question of mine. As long as I can prove that an animal does not have pain receptors or does not feel the same way that I, as a
Your
human, do,
source literally refutes your own position. You just debunked yourself.
they don't feel
You
like
just
human
showed
do. But
that study,
so that's
ma'am.
your
That
standard.
study,
They need to be.
ma'am. The study you just gave me shows that plants do not have pain receptors in any animal way. They have no capacity to feel pain as any animal can. I understand they have electrochemical impulses in the form of certain ion channels, sure, but it's not the same as sentience. And I actually have a study called Debunking a Myth, Plant Consciousness by John Mollett and Michael Blatt in the PubMed's Library of Medicine in 2020. And it goes through all your claims about plant consciousness and it debunks them. So I have given you a source that shows you're wrong. And the
So,
source you gave me also shows you're
okay,
wrong.
so let's say that by your standard, plants do not feel pain and don't have a consciousness. That's fine. What about animals? Do you think that all animals experience pain and conscious thoughts as you do as a human being?
Yeah,
Or do you understand that there's a
there's some
spectrum?
there's some shellfish that don't feel pain. I think,
Okay, then
but
I
that's the
don't need to be,
exception.
and like, I mean, bees, okay, they're animals, but honey is just a product of bees. It's not even conscious. So, like in the argument of
No,
veganism,
bees
that
are
I don't eat
conscious.
honey
No,
and I
bees
don't eat
are,
milk.
ma'am, shh. Bees are
Milk is
conscious.
conscious.
Shh, bees are conscious. They're sentient, just like all those other insects. They're all sentient and conscious. Do you understand that?
They don't have the same level of consciousness as we do.
Well, neither does a baby. Does that justify killing babies?
But a baby does feel pain as me as a human being.
So does a bee.
It does not. If
Yes,
you
it
if you
does. Bees
equate the
feel
level of
pain.
consciousness
Ma'am,
of a
bees
bee
feel
to a
pain.
baby,
Ma'am, bees feel pain. Insects feel pain.
you then by not insects. No, they don't have
Yes, they
nerves.
do.
So
Insects feel
insects do not
pain.
have
They
nerves.
feel, yes,
First
they
of all,
do.
they don't have nerve receptors.
Yes, they
Not in the
do.
same way that us
Yes,
humans do.
they
They don't even have
do.
muscle, like in the same way that us mammals do. So,
Ah,
like,
okay. Bees, as well
yeah,
as other insects, exhibit responses to painful or harmful stimuli.
they don't.
There you go.
Insects,
Yes, this is a scientific study. You want the source? It's in the National Academy of Sciences, and it
so,
demonstrates
but
that bees
anyway,
have
in
pain
your
and they
arguments,
have
let's
pain
say that for you,
receptors.
bees have nerves, but
Like
crustaceans don't. So you
you're
could not debate anyone that say, I'm only going to eat crab and shellfish.
man, we're not talking about crab and shellfish. We're talking
It's still
about the
part of
billion.
veganism.
Man, listen. We are talking about the billions of animals that you slaughter and abuse in factories every year. Look at the bigger picture, guys. Look at the bigger picture. You're so focused on the little things that you're missing the bigger picture here. 90 billion pigs, cows, chickens in factories are slaughtered every year. Look
I'm
at what you're
focused on
doing.
saying
Look
that
at what
you
you're
have your
doing.
moral compass, I have mine. You cannot say that my moral
Okay,
compass is
great.
wrong
Okay,
just because it's not yours.
listen. Do you think it's okay to slaughter dogs?
Okay, can I say something very, you're
Man,
going to be
yes
shocked.
or
I
no?
live in a
Yes or
country where
no?
people eat
Man,
dogs. I
please,
do not eat
please,
dogs personally.
please.
I don't mind.
Stop yapping and just say yes or no, please. Do you
So
think
what do
it's
you say?
wrong? Do you think it's wrong to kill dogs and slaughter dogs?
Not necessarily. I
Okay.
wouldn't eat a dog,
Okay,
but
great. I'm going to say
people
that
around
that's
me
a
eat
no, right?
dogs and
Ma'am,
I'm not
hold on,
shocked.
hold on. That's a no,
Everybody
right?
has their own
Ma'am,
cultural
I
stance.
know. Shh. I know that everybody has their own different morality, but I'm trying to understand yours, right? We're debating right now. So just listen. To you, you think it's wrong to slaughter dogs. So why is it okay to slaughter pigs?
I said no. I said I don't think it's wrong. I said I wouldn't eat it
Ma'am,
personally,
okay,
but I'm
ma'am,
fine with other people eating it.
please answer. Do you think it's wrong to slaughter dogs?
No.
Okay, is it wrong to, is it, so you think it's okay to slaughter dogs?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think it's
Is
okay
it
to
okay?
slaughter
Great.
pigs. I
Okay,
don't
great.
eat pigs.
Okay.
So
Is it wrong to slaughter people?
no, because we are humans. And my moral compass is as
Oh,
humans.
ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, is it
I
wrong
don't
to,
place us at the
ma'am,
same level.
why do you think it's okay to slaughter people? Why is it okay to slaughter people?
No, it's not okay to slaughter people.
Okay, great. So it's not okay to slaughter people.
Yeah,
So then why is it okay to slaughter dogs?
because they're animals. I do not place
Okay,
humans
great.
and
We're
animals at the
animals
same
too. We're
level.
animals too. We're animals too.
But I do not place humans at the same level of animals.
What's the
I believe
difference? What's the morally relevant difference?
humans build societies. We're able to think at a much higher level than any other animal on the
Okay.
planet. No matter, like
Okay.
dolphins are very smart, but
Okay.
they're not. They
Okay.
don't
I
have
understand.
history.
Okay. How about babies? Do they build society?
Babies have the potential.
No, ma'am, that's not what I
Animals
asked
do
you.
not.
That's not what I asked you. Do babies build society?
Yeah, if you wait a few years.
No. Do babies build society?
So you want to kill all babies? Like,
No,
are
you
you
do. This
understanding your
is your
argument is very
logic. This is
childish
your
right now?
ethics, man. This is your ethics, not
So
mine.
my ethics, I did not say it's okay to kill an adult dog versus a baby dog. I'm talking about a
Okay,
dog in general. I
ma'am,
said it's
can you
not okay to
please
kill a human
listen?
being,
Oh my
period.
God, can you shut up and listen to me? Your argument is that because pigs don't build society, we get to slaughter them and abuse them. This is your argument. Now, when it comes to babies, you're saying it's okay to kill babies because
I didn't
they
say
don't build
abuse,
society.
by the way. Killing an animal does not necessarily mean
Listen to me. Under your ethical framework, you think it's okay to slaughter babies because they don't build society, right?
no.
Okay, great.
I
So
say
why is it wrong to kill babies even though they don't build society, but it's okay to kill a dog?
because they are human beings. My moral
What?
compass is I
Okay,
do
I
not
understand
agree with
that. Ma'am,
killing
hold
human beings.
on. Hold
Doesn't
on. Shh, quiet. I understand that we're human and they're dogs. But what's the morally relevant difference between us? What is the difference between us that justifies killing the dog?
because you understand that as humans we are far more intelligent than any animal that even we say are very intelligent.
Ma'am, how
Yeah.
about this? What if there was somebody who was mentally challenged and could never build society and could never be intelligent? Would that justify killing that person?
I said my moral compass is at human beings.
Ma'am,
It's not like human beings if you're
answer
intelligent,
the
if you're less
question.
intelligent.
Answer the question, please. Would you be okay with slaughtering people who are mentally disabled?
Nope.
Okay, great. So now, even though pigs and dogs are more intelligent than that person, you would still think it's wrong to kill the person. So it's not intelligence now, is it? What justifies killing animals? It's not the intelligence. What is it?
It is though. But anyway, I said my moral compass
No,
is that
there's
humans.
look, there's a contradiction here. Look, there's a contradiction. You're in one sentence you said it's okay to kill a dog because they're not smart, and then another sentence you said it's wrong to kill a person because they're not smart. There's a contradiction.
I didn't say.
There's a
Okay,
contradiction there.
let me clarify
Unless you
for
can
you.
point out a distinction between a human
I
and a dog.
said
Can you point out the morally relevant
for me,
distinction?
I place, and that is a moral, standard for me. I place humans higher than any other animal.
Ma'am, I place
Regardless.
myself higher than you. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make me able to slaughter you. I'm asking you a simple question.
In your framework,
ma'am, shh, quiet.
You
and
don't
listen.
let me respond.
Listen. You're not listening to me. This is why you're yapping. What is the morally relevant difference between dogs and people that justifies killing dogs, even though the intelligence is the same? Go. What's the answer? If you can't point out the difference,
I place as a human, I place humanity above the survival of my species. Okay, you can be very upset about that.
Why are
above
humans
other
special?
species, just
Why?
like
What's
a
the
dog
trait,
would do the
ma'am?
same,
Listen,
a lion would do the same.
Quiet. What is the morally relevant difference between humans and dogs? What's the trait? What's the difference? I know we're a different species.
I am a human.
But what's the difference?
I am not a dog. If I was a dog, maybe my answer would be different.
Ma'am, I know you're not a dog, but I'm asking you for the difference. What's the difference between us and dogs that justifies killing them?
I'm a human. That's very biased. Obviously,
I
maybe
know
dog would
you're a
think differently.
human. I know you're a human. I'm asking for the difference between us and the dogs. What's the difference?
Well, because I say this is a very subjective point of view, and all animals do the same. All animals do
Oh my
self-preservation.
God. Guys, it's very simple. I'm trying to point out the hypocrisy in your view. You're saying it's okay to kill a dog because they're not as smart as me. Then I point out a person who has the equivalent intelligence, and then you say it's wrong to kill the person. There's a contradiction in your ethical framework. There's something wrong there. It's not consistent. That's what I'm pointing out. Because to me, it is wrong to kill anybody, no matter how smart or dumb they are. I will not kill somebody because they're stupid. No, that is not what my ethics says. I don't care how smart you are or how intelligent you are. I will never murder you, period. So what justifies slaughtering dogs? What justifies killing dogs? It's not intelligence, because she admitted that the person being not intelligent would render it perfectly wrong to kill. So what justifies killing dogs? What's the difference? If you can't point out the difference, then you're being hypocritical. Your ethical framework collapses. It is inconsistent, whereas mine is consistent. That's the problem that you guys are not willing to see, because you can't see past this cognitive dissonance.
Shit, yeah, you actually roused me. What's going on? Kind of need to just say a few things in the comments just to get fucking people listening. Do you get me?
Okay, what is your argument?
What? You want me to debate a vegan, right? So you wouldn't let that girl speak. You would not let that girl speak.
No, I did let her speak. She didn't give a good argument.
You got
have a good
roasted,
argument?
mate.
Sir,
Listen, you will not interrupt me. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck.
Just give an argument. Look, relax.
All right.
Relax and give an argument.
All right, I will be civilized. If you respect me, I will respect you. That's what type of person.
Guys, just give an argument, right? Like, I gave her plenty of time to talk. She couldn't answer, right? I'm giving you guys time to talk to give an argument, but you're not doing it. It's not my fault you don't have a good argument. That's your fault.
Hey. Hello?
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
2005.
What month?
January 1st.
All right, what do you got?
So, I have a question. So, why are you vegan?
Because I don't want to harm animals.
So, do like lions care about harming other animals when they like want food?
I'm not a lion.
Or like hypothetically, you get it?
Sir, if I was a lion and I had to eat an animal to survive, I would eat an animal. But I'm not a lion. I have stores. I have grocery store next to me.
So why do you think other people eat animals?
Because they don't have a reason. They just like the way meat tastes. That's the only reason why they eat meat. They have no justification.
But you don't get the minerals from the meat like you get from vegetables.
Okay, can you name me one mineral that I can't get from plants?
What do you mean?
You said there's minerals I can't get from plants. Can you name me one mineral that I have to get from meat?
No. I said there's you can get mineral from the plants as you get from the meat.
Yeah, what mineral?
I don't know, but you don't.
That's wrong. We get plenty of minerals. And creatine, by the way, your body makes in sufficient quantities in the liver. You don't need creatine from animals. Collagen your body makes. Our bodies make all these things. They're not essential. There are no essential things that you have to get from meat. Our bodies can sustain perfectly fine, and we can be perfectly healthy as vegans. B12 is in nutritional yeast, fortified foods, tempeh, tofu. All of those have B12, and we can get every nutrient we need as a vegan. There's no need to eat animals, period.
Okay. I'm only here to study, okay?
Okay, great.
I'm not like against you or something.
Great. Next. Yeah, there's no need to kill animals. You can get all the nutrients you need as a vegan. There's no need to harm or abuse any animals. So you don't have to fight for abusing animals. It's not needed. What's my shirt? Polyester. It's synthetic.
All right, so I just want to say one thing. What about protein? Where you be getting your protein from? Because I know these
Beans, tofu, grains, pastas,
I know
rices, fruits,
no,
vegetables,
like you need
grains,
real
beans,
protein
nuts,
from
and
like
seeds.
steak, man.
I get protein
Hey,
from
you need real protein from steak, pork chops, chicken, fish, all that. Yes,
No, you don't. I can get plenty of protein from plant-based foods. I don't have to kill any animal for protein. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, there's no protein. By the way, there's vegan bodybuilders that are way bigger than you'll ever be, and they don't eat any animal products, period. So now you don't have to kill animals for meat, for protein. Beans have plenty. Lentils have lots of protein, for example. Kidney beans, navy beans, black beans.
Hello?
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
Why does that has nothing to do with the conversation?
Next. They're not roided. Well, by the way, the same can be said for meat eaters that are bodybuilders. Like, okay, you don't need protein to be bodybuilder. You don't need meat to be a bodybuilder.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Hey, what do you got?
Hey, yeah, it's easy to justify eating animals. It just depends on your ethical system, of course. Why do you think that we're not justified?
Because we don't have to eat animals. It's not needed to eat animals, and it causes them suffering and harm.
Well, when you say we don't have to, well, it depends on what's convenient for who you're talking to.
Okay, I'm talking to you, sir. Do you think do you have to eat animals to survive?
Do I have to eat animals to survive? It depends on the conditions, depends on the circumstances. And some, yeah,
Sir,
of course, not in
in
every
today-
set of
sir,
circumstances. No.
Sir, in your life right now, do you have to eat animals?
To survive, you mean?
Do you have to eat animals for any reason?
Sure, yeah, for my own convenience.
That's convenience. It's not necessary. That's not necessary, right? I'm talking about.
Well, necessity is hollow. You have to provide
I'm
some
asking you.
consequences.
Look. I'm asking you. Is it necessary to eat animals? No, right?
Sure, it is. Yeah, it depends on
Why
the
is it
consequences
necessary?
that are
Why
trying to
is
be
it,
brought about
sir?
when you talk about what's necessary.
Listen. Why is it necessary to eat animals to you? Why?
Well, I just said it depends on one's priorities.
Sir, to you, why is it necessary for you to eat animals?
Because it's a more practical an approach to consume more protein in a faster way.
What do you mean?
Versus getting it from plants, animals, and the like.
What do you mean, sir? There are
plants, vegetables, fruit, etc.
Stop.
Please don't police me.
Lentils,
Just make your
sir.
point.
You keep talking over me, and I'm trying.
No, we're
to
talking at the
correct
same
you.
time in a conversation.
I'm trying to correct you. Listen.
You mean speak over me?
Lentils, beans, pastas, rices all have proteins in sufficient quantities and convenient quantities.
I didn't say that.
You don't have to eat meat for protein. So stop
I didn't say
saying
that.
protein. Give
I didn't
a
say that.
justification
Why are
for
you yelling?
killing animals.
I just did. It's just that you're oversimplifying.
Sir,
You're saying,
why do you have to eat animals for protein?
I just told you it's a more practical approach to getting protein than doing so through plants.
Why is it more practical?
Generally, because it's more efficient.
Why is it more
It's
practical?
easier and faster.
Why?
It's
What do you mean?
easier and faster.
How is it faster?
Well, it depends on the approach. But
How
in
is it
general,
faster?
when you
Give an example. Give an example.
Well, when you eat meat, there's more protein in that, generally speaking, than
Relative
when you
to
eat
what?
other forms of, compared to most plants.
Give an example. Give an example.
I said most plants. That's the example.
Okay.
Most plants.
Okay,
so
great.
practically speaking, it's better. That's
No,
all.
it's not better because
It's not an absolute.
Sir, listen. Lentils, for example, have as much protein per calorie than meat. About 73 grams per cup.
Sure, yeah, but
That's
we
as
can't
much as
survive
meat,
just
that's
on
as much
lentils.
as a serving of meat.
Of course, yeah, but there's also the question of taste, whether people even like the taste of lentils, etc.
So
There are
now
lots of
it's
different
just
reasons.
taste. Oh, so now it's
It's not
taste.
just taste.
Okay,
No, I
great.
said there's also
Sir,
the
quiet.
adverb
Hold
also is there for a
on.
reason.
Hold on and relax.
I am
Listen.
relaxed. You're yelling, not me.
Shh. You're saying that you have to get protein from animals because it's
No, I
convenient.
said
And I
it's
showed you an
more
example
practical.
of getting protein from lentils.
But I
It's
didn't
just as
dismiss that example.
practical, just as convenient,
I
and in
didn't
fact, it's
dismiss.
cheaper. In fact, it's
I
cheaper.
didn't dismiss.
Okay, great. So you
I never.
recognize that there is a convenient way to get protein as a vegan, right?
I never dismissed that. Of course
Okay,
there is.
great. So then what justifies slaughtering animals when you don't have to?
Wait, okay, so I just said it depends on one's approach to consuming food. First, its convenience, it's a
Sir, oh
priority.
my
Also,
God,
the
I'm asking
efficiency
you,
of getting
sir,
it through
can you
meat.
stop yapping? I don't care about
But you
that.
just
I'm asking you,
wait.
sir,
Why,
in your
sir?
life, what justifies slaughtering
My God,
animals
why?
when you can get protein from lentils? Why is this so hard to understand?
Why are you using your intonation and trying to speak over me and yell at me? Just
Oh my God. Guys, look, it's very, very simple. You don't have the ability to listen to what I'm saying because you're so focused on the notion that we have to eat meat. No, we don't. If you would just listen to me for a second. We can get plenty of convenient sources of protein from lentils, beans, kidney beans, black beans, tofu. All the above have plenty of convenient sources of protein. You don't have to slaughter and abuse an animal for that. So stop bringing that up. It's not convenient to slaughter billions of animals in the world. It is not convenient to do that at all. So again, we can get plenty of protein from beans. You don't have to get it from animal products, period. There's no reason to slaughter an animal. You have no justification.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
How are you good? Are you good?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's your argument today?
I just wanted to say that animals don't die because they go to heaven. And nobody really dies. When you can't really kill an animal because it goes to heaven.
Okay, so I can't kill a person because do you think humans go to heaven? Do we go to heaven?
Yeah. Yes.
Can I kill a person?
No, because nobody dies. We
So
all
I
go to
so
heaven.
it's impossible for me to kill somebody.
Nobody dies. It's impossible to die.
Okay, so murder's okay?
No, murder is not okay.
Okay, great. So if murder is wrong, why is it okay to take the life away from a dog?
Why should you what?
Have a good day. Hello? Hey, what do
Can
you
you
got?
hear me? So as a vegan, what sort of foods do you eat? Do you eat avocados?
Yeah, do you have an argument
Um,
against veganism?
yeah, I'm just asking. Can I just ask you a few questions first? Do you drink oat milk?
No, I don't.
Did you say you ate avocados?
Not really.
Do you buy your own food?
Yeah.
So you buy most of your plant-based foods
At the store.
at the store. What sort of foods do you buy?
Veggies, beans, pastas, rices.
Do you know how those are made?
Yeah, they're made and they're grown.
They're grown? Yep. And what places are they grown?
The world?
Guess in what specific place they're grown. Most
South
plant-based
America,
foods. Yeah,
South
no.
America, North America,
Yeah.
What's your point, sir?
Do you know California? They import billions of bees to make most of your plant-based products, and in the process,
Yeah,
they
here
eat
it comes. The
billions.
bees. Piers Morgan 2.0.
Literally
No,
kill,
this is
literally
not. No,
kill
no, no.
billions of.
Stop. This is ridiculous. Most bees are killed for animal agriculture. Cornfields, wheat fields, soy fields. Most of those places destroy bees. One, because of honey. Okay. And number two, because of all the crops. And guess what? Most crops are grown for animals. So most bees are dying because of animal agriculture, not for vegans, period. Meat eaters kill way more bees. You kill way more animals. 90 billion animals every year you guys slaughter and abuse, period.
Hello?
Way more than any other animal.
Hello?
Hey, what do you got?
I'm not really necessarily against you, like a vegan, but I'm just, I guess I'm just gonna like justify myself not being vegan. So I just don't like. What's your argument against someone who eats meat?
You're harming and abusing animals.
I'm not harming or abusing any animals.
Well, you're paying for it.
I'm paying for the product that's already happened. I'm not paying someone to go out and kill an animal.
You are, because if you didn't pay for it, there would be no demand to supply that food again, right? It's called supply and demand. You're in a system where you're paying for these animals to be killed for you. And the more you pay for them, the more they are supplied to you. We have to breed animals into existence to kill them.
I mean, if I were to like tomorrow completely stop buying meat for the rest of my life, it would not change the supply or demand whatsoever.
They said what? Vegans save about hundreds of animals per year. That's just one vegan. Imagine if 10% of people were vegan, that would be hundreds of thousands of or millions of animals being saved per year. And if everybody went vegan, we would save 90 billion animals per year from being slaughtered and abused. 90 billion that didn't have to even be bred into existence in the first place to be slaughtered. You are causing an excess amount of damage.
I don't really see myself causing that much damage just by myself. Like, yeah, it doesn't really make much sense to me. I don't know, bro. My test levels, they would just be way too low if I were a vegan. Like mine right now are like 920, 930.
No, why? There is no food that you eat that lowers your testosterone as a vegan. That's nonsense.
Nah, bro, but the thing is, like meat.
Name me the food that will make your testosterone go down. Can you name it?
I'm not necessarily saying that a certain vegan food would make it go lower.
Great.
I'm
So then why did you use that argument?
I'm saying that meat will make it will increase the testosterone levels.
No, it won't. No, it will not.
different
Meat does not raise testosterone. Meat does not raise testosterone.
You're tweaking.
No, it doesn't. If anything, it lowers it, if anything. Did you know that red meat is cancerous too? Red meat is a group 2A carcinogen. It also raises rate of heart disease, heart attacks.
I didn't say I
Meat
could
is
serve
not
red
healthy
meat.
for you.
I don't know, bro. No, dude. I'm just saying, like, meat, in my opinion, has better effects on my body than like. I don't really have any moral argument to it, because yeah, animals die, but if like some cows or chickens die, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, I know you don't care, sir, but guess what? Who does care? The animals that you're slaughtering, right? Like the point is that you might not care about people who are dying in Gaza, but guess what? Other people do care, right? Do you care about people who are dying around the world?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I care about people.
You care about people. Why don't you care about the animals that are dying? Why not?
Because they're animals, and I'm at the top of the food chain for a reason, bro.
We're animals too.
I'm at the top of the.
Sir,
but yeah,
we are animals
we're
too.
smarter.
We
Does
are
an
animals-
animal
we're animals too.
can an animal assemble a fucking computer? Can an animal make my iPhone? Can an animal build a skyscraper? No, they can't.
Can a baby build a skyscraper?
That's a baby, but a baby will develop into a human that could.
Oh, so babies
Can an animal
can't do
develop
it?
into
Sir,
animal?
babies, human babies cannot do anything you just mentioned, yet you think it's wrong to kill them, right? So
Bro,
you
a
have no
baby will
argument.
develop into something that can. A fucking
Okay,
baby
great. How
cow
about
will not
this? Okay,
develop
great.
into a.
Okay, great. That's nonsense. But here's another one. How about a mentally disabled person who has no potential to do those things? Would it be okay to kill that person?
Well, a mentally disabled person is not the average person. That's kind of like a.
Okay. Yeah, it's not the average person. So you don't actually have a good justification for killing animals. Even though
I do.
I can show you that there's dogs and cows and pigs and chickens who are smarter than some babies and toddlers, yet you would still think it's okay to kill them, even though
Bro,
they're more intelligent.
there's a baby or toddler will grow into someone who's going to be like smart or able to do something. Now, if it's someone with some mental disorder, that's different. Now, it's obviously not okay to
Why?
kill
Why
that
is it
person
different? Why is it different?
because someone with a mental disorder isn't going to grow out of that mental disorder.
Yeah. Neither will a baby, or neither will an animal. They will never grow out of that.
Bro,
Be that
yes, a baby
intelligent.
will. A baby will grow into an
No,
adult. What?
I'm trying to show you that a mentally challenged person and a cow have the same intelligence levels, right?
Listen, I'm gonna say what someone said in the comments. A disabled person is an anomaly.
Okay, and if
It's an
I take a
anomaly.
mentally disabled
You're
person and a
bringing you're
cow,
bringing up an
the
anomaly.
intelligence level is the
It's not
same.
a part of the. It's not even close. It's not a part of the general populace, bro.
It doesn't matter. The point is that individually speaking, a mentally disabled person and a cow have the same intelligence.
Okay. Oh, bro. So you're telling me someone with like high functioning autism has the same fucking
No,
capabilities
of
that a
course
cow
not. That's
does?
different. That's different, sir. But I'm talking
No,
about
that is mentally disabled.
I'm talking about a completely mentally disabled person that that doesn't even know how to speak, right? Like a cow. Like it's the same intelligence level. That's the point here. The intelligence is the same. There's no reason to kill that person. That person's still a valid person, just like the cow. There's no reason to kill that cow.
Okay, let me ask you. I'm not saying that the person is not valuable, but what makes that person valuable? In your opinion?
They're sentience.
But if they're so mentally disabled that they can't really like
They're
acknowledge their
still
being.
sentient. No, they're still sentient. They still feel pain. They still feel things.
Mm-hmm. So what about like if someone can feel something or someone is sentient, like what about that justifies their life or what values their life in your opinion?
It's a precious experience, right? Having sentience is a precious
Yeah,
experience.
I feel like if I was sentient, but I was like extremely disabled, I couldn't talk, I couldn't socialize, and nobody wanted to be my friend, and I was just an outcast of
Yeah, but
society,
that's still a
that would
life
not
worth
be my
living. But
precious
that's still a
being.
life. That's still a living being who is sentient and has an experience.
I mean, I feel like it'd be a
Are you
bad
seriously trying to
experience.
say that it's okay to kill people that are mentally challenged?
Huh?
What are you arguing here for, sir?
I'm saying that for the anomaly, for those disabled people, I'm not speaking on them. I'm speaking on animals because I don't want to eat a mentally disabled person. I want to eat like cows and chickens.
I know, sir, but look, I'm asking you ethically speaking, why? What's the difference between humans and animals? There's no difference to me. We're both animals, we're both sentient, we're both conscious, we both have experiences, and the intelligence levels are comparable.
Bro,
In fact, many cows and pigs are smarter than people and toddlers.
but that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing that you don't understand. I'm trying to argue that I'm not eating a fucking human, so it's not a part of the argument, bro.
Why not? Why is it wrong to kill people but okay to kill cows?
Because I want to eat a fucking cow.
Wanting something doesn't make it good, right?
Huh?
If I want a grape, does that make it okay?
If you want a grape, oh, I know what you mean. No, it does not make that okay.
So just because you want to do something, just because you want to eat the animal, it doesn't make it good.
Mm.
So what?
Well, what if an animal wants to eat me? What if an animal wants to eat me? There's a fuck ton of animals that would eat me.
But you're not in this situation, are you? You're in a situation where you have a phone, you have a house, you're in air conditioning. You don't have to be eaten by an animal. You're not in that world. You have a choice, and with choice comes responsibility.
Bro, I've been like really close to an animal that definitely wanted to eat me.
Okay, well, if you're in that situation, you're justified to kill that animal. Guys, if there's a bear coming at me, I'm going to try to defend myself. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, I'm a vegan. I can't kill the bear. No, that's stupid. Of course, I'm going to defend myself. But we're
Exactly, and
not in
that's
that
the
situation.
thing.
We're not
Okay,
in that situation.
but let me talk, okay? Here's the thing though. I am at the top of the food chain, okay? Humans are at the top of the food chain, and for me to survive, I need to eat. And I'm not just going to eat the shit that's not even on the fucking food chain when
But
it's a
you
fucking
you
plant.
don't have to eat animals to survive and be healthy. You can eat plants and not harm the animals
I
and
don't
still be
have
healthy.
to, but that's the thing. Since I'm at the top of the food
Yeah.
chain, I can
So
do
you
whatever
have,
the fuck I want to.
yeah, and with choice, because we're the top of the food chain, when we have choice, with that choice that comes responsibility to make the right choice. Would you agree?
Okay, how about this? If cows or chickens or whatever were getting close to being on the verge of extinction, I would gladly become a vegan. But I don't see their numbers declining.
Well, see, the good part about being vegan is that you can be part of that. You don't have to see, we breed billions of animals into existence every year by the billions, right? If going vegan, I want to minimize that population of animals because they're all being harmed and slaughtered. So vegans are for minimizing population of animals. We are for conservation. We are for minimization of suffering. Why do you want to maximize it? Why do you want to maximize population? Why do you want to maximize harm and suffering?
I don't want to. I want to maximize mine and others' well-being, and part of that well-being is eating meat. So if
Show
that
me,
means
show me why you have to eat meat to be healthy.
I want to eat meat,
but you don't have to.
I mean, shit, bro. I don't have to eat, but like once a fucking week or twice a week. But I'm obviously gonna eat every day. I don't need to drink water
You're
besides.
you're not understanding. I know your perspective. I used to eat meat too. I know your perspective. I seem crazy because I'm the crazy vegan. But just listen to me. You don't have to kill the animal for it to be healthy or to eat at all. You don't have to kill the animal. Period. It's not necessary, and it's harming them. So why do it?
Why do it? Let me think on this. I have the ability to, and if the population is increasing more than it's decreasing, and they're dying, that's too bad. Like it, bro. You don't understand, bro.
They're not decreasing. They're increasing because of you. You're increasing population of animals, not decreasing.
Exactly, bro. Like
you're causing. You just admitted that you're causing all that harm for no reason.
Nah, I said that I'm increasing the population.
You are by breed. Look, we have to breed all these animals into existence. You think we get these animals from the wild? No, we have to. Guys, there's 90 billion animals in factories right now as we speak. 90 billion right now are in factories around the world. That's not necessary. That's 10 times more people than animals just in factories. I mean, think about these numbers. Think about that. 90 billion. 90 billion factory animals. That's 10 times the amount of all people in factories right now. You should be like going, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." That should be your reaction.
Hold on, think about it this way, bro. If animals were, if like majority of animals were at the top of the food chain, like how they were whenever, the first apes or whoever the fuck was on Earth before us, right? They would be at the top of the food chain, and they would not give a single solitary fuck about my life. And if I was having to defend myself out in the wild, I'd be SOL. And
yeah, but we're not in the wild. We are not in the wild, and we are people. We have compassion. We have compassion. We have ethics. We have responsibility. We're smart. You claim that we're so smart. So why not be smart and not harm others if you don't have to? That's a smart thing to do.
There's a lot of things I don't have to do, but that doesn't mean I'm just not gonna do it, bro. Like there's some things that are better off being done.
So you think it's better to slaughter animals by the billions than to just eat a cucumber?
I don't want to eat a fucking cucumber, bro.
Okay. Well, you can eat any other plant-based food. There's 50,000 plant-based foods to eat from.
I mean, trust me, dude. I don't eat a lot of food because it's just pretty fucking bad for you. Like, I don't really ever get French fries from like
Okay,
restaurants and
sir.
shit.
So do you concede you have no good justification for harming animals?
No, I have a good justification, and
What
it's
is
the
it?
fact.
What
I
is
guess
it?
one of my main points is that if animals were at the top of the food chain, or if animals that weren't humans were at the top of the food chain, and I wasn't, they would be fucking me over right now.
Yeah, that's not a good argument. We're going in circles. Next.
Hello.
Yeah, what do you got?
Let me turn down my TV. Hold on 1 second. I'm sure you don't want to hear that. Okay, so I'm not gonna refer to the time I was like vegetarian growing up because that doesn't really matter. But I have celiac disease. I got it from my father. He got it from his father. So basically, I can't eat wheat, barley, rye. Like, I'm allergic to plants, right? So
Well, you name 3 plants, and there's thousands of other plants.
barley, right? But a lot of the foods, and it really, really sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you because I
Okay.
developed it later in life.
Sarah, look, I understand you have celiacs, I understand. But there are vegans who have celiac disease. And
That quality of life.
what they do, no, it's not sad, it's
But no,
easy.
that wasn't my point. My point is way back in the days where we were hunting and fishing and all of that, how would I have survived?
I agree. Back then it'd be a different story, but we're not back then anymore, ma'am. You're not a cave girl anymore, right? You're in society. You're in 2023, right?
Yeah.
So we have choices now. We have ability to eat whatever the fuck we want. And because of that, we have choices to make the right decisions. And the choices you're making now are not right because you're harming animals when it's not needed.
Well, that's definitely your opinion, but it's my diet just as it's your diet. But I do think one of the things that would be good to discuss is I know when I was a teenager, I started to do a vegetarian diet. That did not work out for me. I was not getting my nutrients. I didn't have an understanding of nutrition and everything.
Yeah. Look, you have to understand nutrition.
Yeah, no, but
like,
what
you
do you
can't
mean?
just look.
No, stop.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't really care about your anecdotal stories. I want a good argument. You can be healthy and be vegan. I understand you have celiacs, but there are vegans who have celiacs, and you can still be healthy and fine. There are ways around it. So what justifies slaughtering animals in your view? Why? Why do you get to slaughter animals when you know it's not necessary? I'm going to give you one chance to give an argument.
Because why should we slaughter animals?
Yeah.
So people can eat what they want to eat and have the choice to eat it. If you choose not to, that's your thing.
Okay, so I choose to eat people. Is that good?
That's your choice. That's a little bit odd to me, but
So you think it's okay to eat people?
I think that's not my decision. I don't think it's okay to eat people.
No, but you just said let people eat what they want. Look, bam, hold on,
You
bam,
are crazy.
bam,
Grow a pair. Oh my God. Grow a pair.
You just told me, let people eat what they want to eat, Mike. Let me eat what I wanna. And I told you, okay, Sarah, I'm gonna eat people. And then you're like, no, like that's terrible. Don't eat people. Right? So clearly, you can't just say eat whatever you want. That's not the world we live in. You don't just eat whatever you want. I don't go up to people and go, let me eat your arm. No. We eat what is ethical to eat. The problem is you're being inconsistent because you're saying, oh, it's wrong to kill people, it's wrong to kill dogs, but let me kill a cow. That's the problem. You don't have a reason to kill dogs or cows or any animal. Zero. You know it causes harm. It's not required.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
All right, well, I'm going to argue the point of pleasure. I believe right now, where we're at, 2023, this world, the philosophy that we have, favors pleasure and taste over the livelihood of animals. And unlike you, I don't believe that we are some superior types of beings who are very smart and
Okay.
super ethical. We're not. We're doing things.
Okay, so I get pleasure from eating people. Would that be
Okay,
okay to
all
you?
right, let me explain to you. It's on a spectrum right now. Like I said, 2023, right now, the
Sir,
spectrum is on
sir,
animals. Let me tell
sir,
you, let me
please
tell you.
listen. Please,
It's
please
not an
listen.
absolute. Okay, go ahead.
Sir,
Go ahead.
I get pleasure from eating people. Would it be okay to eat people now?
No, it will not. Let me explain.
Okay,
Let me
great. So your
explain.
argument
Let me
collapses
explain. Let me
because
explain.
pleasure
Let me explain.
that doesn't mean
You're
it's okay
doing
to do.
a dichotomous argument here, where these either a 0 or 100, and that's not the case. This is a very complex argument. This is on a spectrum. Eating people is illegal. It's wrong.
We're not
It's
talking about legality. We're talking about morality, right? I understand the
okay. It's
difference.
also immoral. It's also immoral to
Why?
eat
Why
and
is it immoral to
consume.
eat a person but okay to eat a
In
cow or a
nature,
dog?
okay, in nature, you will see as well, very few species will consume themselves. There's a predator and prey reaction.
Okay,
Now,
sir, we're not in the wild. We're people in society. What justifies slaughtering animals that we don't have to slaughter?
have calibrated the wild, all because we have control of our environment. Does not mean that we are not.
Sir, we can't. Please come back. We can't hear you. You're really muffled. We really can't hear you. We're not in the wild, guys. We're not in the wild. We're in society. We have air conditioning. We have clothing. Come on, guys. You can't use nature as this is an appeal to nature fallacy. We don't have to kill animals anymore. We don't have to.
Yeah, we do.
Why?
Because it tastes good. Why wouldn't you?
Because I don't let my taste buds dictate my morality. See? Just because something tastes good doesn't mean I get to kill that person.
Yeah, but why would you even think about talking about humans? That's like the most.
Oh,
I don't want to be offensive,
it's so
but
bad to
why
eat
would you talk
people,
about humans?
right. It's so bad to eat people, but it's
Yeah,
perfectly
because we can
okay to
talk
kill
to
a
each other. You
cow.
can't talk to a cow. A cow can't talk to you.
Okay. Can a baby talk to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
A baby can speak.
Yep, I have one.
What do babies say? What do they speak? What language do they speak?
A baby's still a human.
Yeah, but they don't speak. They don't have language yet, right? They're babies.
Yeah, but it's still a human. That doesn't defeat
Okay,
any
great.
argument, whatever you have.
Okay,
It's
great.
still a human.
So, what's the morally relevant difference between a person and a dog and a cow?
I mean, let's see. Uh, uh, yeah, I wouldn't have an answer on that, but it's just like I feel like I'm not saying to completely don't use your brain, obviously, but I feel like y'all think about it too much. Like, obviously, it's the most simple question. Of course, we won't eat a human. We are human.
Look,
Why?
sir, you're confused, guys. Look, you're confused because you're just like, oh, it's wrong to kill people, but cows, I like the way they taste. Right? Your mind is muddied by the notion that we have to eat meat. Get that out of your mind for a second. Just think about it. You don't have to kill the animals. It's not required, it's not needed, and you're harming an animal for no reason. Period. And there's no difference. The answer is there's no difference between us and cows, morally speaking. Cows are sentient, conscious, thinking beings, their own thoughts and love and compassion, their own families, their own friends. They're very smart, intelligent beings, just like cows and dogs. All animals deserve peace and happiness. They don't deserve to die and be slaughtered, especially not for you. So, give the justification for slaughtering these poor innocent animals or go away. You have one last shot to redeem yourself.
Oh, sorry, the mic turned off. Man, I don't know. I feel like I think about it way too much, man. We're humans, man. Like, of course, if we, of course, the there's no I could like a true objective answer of morality versus human and a cow. But guess what? A cow's not gonna fucking pave the road. A cow's not gonna pay my taxes. You know what I'm
Neither will
saying?
babies. Neither will mentally disabled people.
Yes, they will. Babies will eventually.
How about mentally challenged people who will never do those work or jobs?
Oh my God. Y'all go off with these hypotheticals. No one's talking about that.
It's not a hypothetical, it's a reality. This is the reality we live in. People that are disabled don't contribute to society. They draw upon it.
They did though. They did at one
How do
point.
they contribute to society? How do they contribute to
They
the
were
economy?
a normal working human being working a job at one point.
No,
A cow will never do that.
they've always been mentally disabled their entire lives, right? They're not
Oh, so we're talking
contributing.
about disabled people. I'm sorry. I don't
Right.
know.
The point is that just because they don't contribute to the economy doesn't mean we get to kill them, right? They're still people. They're still sentient beings, just like animals. Even though they don't contribute to our world, you don't get to kill them for that. They're still sentient, conscious beings.
I can see that. I can see that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and complete. Being vegan is obviously like a healthier option, but I just don't. I don't.
It's not about the health. It's about the animals. I don't care about health as much as the animals. The animals are suffering, they're dying, they need to be saved. Think about these numbers, guys. 90 billion. That's a lot of freaking animals that are suffering out there. They don't have to be.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what do you got?
Okay, so you were talking about cows being sentient beings.
Correct.
Can you prove that? Where's the science behind it?
Yeah, sure. So we have multiple studies on this. We actually have animal behavioral studies that demonstrate cows can recognize faces, they can recognize people, they can recognize language to some degree. They are very intelligent animals, and if you want studies, I can give you studies.
Yeah, if there's actual studies, I'd love to hear it. Do you know how many cows there are in the world?
Yeah, so here's one called Analysis of Cattle Behavior, Cattle Social Transitional Behavior, and it demonstrates that we can see through video cameras and things how they operate within other animals.
Mhm.
They have compassion. They have personality traits.
Would you consider a fish a sentient
Here's
being?
another study called The Psychology of Cows. This is in animal behavior and cognition, and it also demonstrates the things I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about fish? Would you consider fish a sentient being?
Yeah, fish feel pain.
Okay. Do you know how many cows there are in the world?
In factories, there's about 80 billion, I believe. I'm sorry.
No, in general, how
10
many cows
billion,
there are in the world?
20 billion.
Okay. There's 20 billion cows in the world. So you're telling me you don't see there being an issue with the population control of just letting all these animals roam free?
Yeah, the problem is we don't take these animals from the wild.
Doesn't
We get
matter.
them.
They
we
would,
bring them-
what you're basing your numbers, what you're basing is that if we were to not kill these animals, what would we do with them then? They would just they would live on farms.
we would put them in sanctuaries where they belong, and more
Correct.
importantly,
And then they would overpopulate the
no,
sanctuary. Yes, they
no.
would.
Listen,
Yes, they would.
listen. The animals that you are breeding into existence, there's about 20 billion of them, right? Let alone all the chickens. Talk about 90 billion animals in the world. Now, those animals are only there because of you. You're the one who put them there in the first place. It's your fault they overpopulated. You're causing the overpopulation by causing them to be bred into existence, right? So this is your fault in the first place.
Wait. They're animals. Do you not think that their natural animal instincts would still be there? Like when you have a bull in heat?
Yes, they would, but guess what?
Then that would create the population control. That would create an overpopulation of the animal.
No, listen. You're not listening to me. We artificially breed these animals into existence way more than they could naturally, right? But more importantly, if we cared about them not producing, we could just give them contraceptives so that they can't reproduce, right? But
Oh,
guess who
so
put us in that situation in the first place? You did. You put us in this situation.
do you know that the breeding is
So,
controlled?
sir, hold on, listen. The solution to this problem is to go vegan because going vegan would minimize their populations. We can put them in sanctuaries, we can treat them and have them have peaceful lives, and then we can give them contraceptives such that they don't reproduce. There you go. That's the solution. We can solve it by going
Yeah,
vegan.
but then what happens to the breeding once the animals die out?
They don't breed anymore. It's a win-win. There's the animals are no
So you just
longer
want to
animals.
make the animal extinct.
Listen.
Wait. You just no. Let me speak. You had your turn. You just said that you would rather have the animals go extinct and not breed anymore than to have the cognitive thinking animal you want on this planet.
Yeah. So the
You
problem
just
is
contradicted yourself.
I didn't. Here's why.
You did because you're killing off the entire
Sir,
population.
stop. Sir, we're humans. We are smart. We can control their populations. If we wanted them to exist in some way, we could. We can allow that for some animals to reproduce. That's perfectly fine. But I'm against animal cruelty. If you want to have cows in a sanctuary and take care of them, do it. But guess we're not going to pay for that. I'm not going to pay for that. So if you can do it, great. That's fantastic. But the solution is for that population to go down such that we don't have to give them food or anything. They don't have to take up resources, and they don't have to be killed. That's the solution. The solution is to go vegan, not to do what you're doing, which is to continue bringing them into existence. Then they're slaughtered, they have miserable lives, and then they're killed for no reason. That's not a good existence. Okay? Please respond.
Oh, sorry about that.
They have an argument against
My
veganism.
My microphone turned off. So what you're saying is you're for letting the cow population go completely extinct, rather
No,
than
not necessarily.
hold on, don't let me finish. Rather than controlling the population, in which farmers do control the way that they breed, and using them for the milk, using them for beef. Rather than doing that, you'd rather put them in sanctuaries, give them contraceptives, and allow the population to get so low that they risk extinction. Isn't that the same? You're battling two sides.
I'd rather not have like that's
You'd
still
rather-
better. Look, listen. It's
So
still
you'd rather
better.
not have the cows.
Listen, sir, listen. It's still better that they go extinct, which is not necessary, by the way. We don't have to make them go extinct, but that's still better than having them all suffer, right? The amount of suffering that you're causing is extreme to these poor animals. Cows are miserable in these factories.
Do you
causing that?
Do you eat avocados?
Ah, there's the avocado argument. You eat avocados. No, I don't actually. But if you do, it doesn't matter because if you get them from ethical sources, like in Mexico, where they actually produce ethically sourced avocados, well, guess what? You're fine. You're fine to eat them. But more importantly, even avocados cause less death to crops than any meat product. Meat is the worst for the environment. Meat is the worst for crop deaths. Meat is the worst type of food to eat for the environment, period.
What about all the migratory bees that pollinate avocado trees that die off by the billions every year?
They don't die off by the billions.
Actually, they do.
Well, actually, they don't. And by the way, in Mexico,
would you like me to send you a source?
Sir, listen.
I'll send you a source.
Shh. This is why I mentioned Mexico, where they have social bees, not honeybees. See, social bees normally do these things, so they're not actually being captivated. Whereas in America, we use honeybees from where? The honey industry. So the bees that you eat probably honey, and many meat eaters do. I don't support honey, but you do. That's why those honeybees are there. That's why they're dying. Not for vegans, but for meat eaters. You're causing way more death to bees. You're causing way more death to crops, and you're causing way more death to the animals. Period.
But again, what about the argument of the bee's sake? Is a bee a sentient being to you?
Yeah.
So then you would be against breeding and producing avocados then as well.
I would say that if you're using social bees that are not produced for the sole purpose of producing it, I think it's perfectly fine because guess what? Bees do it naturally. Bees are going to pollinate things naturally. That's just what they do. Like
And
we can't stop that from happening, right? But yes, I would be against using honeybees. I'm against honey for that reason.
you do know that honeybees are an example of a social bee, correct?
No, honeybees are different than social bees.
Do yourself a favor. Google social bee versus honeybee right now.
Yeah, there's a difference.
No, there's not. Honeybees are an example of a
There is
social
a
bee.
difference. There's a
Honeybees
difference
are an
between
example.
specific. Sir, listen. There's a difference between honeybees that can produce honey when social bees cannot.
Do you know that a social bee isn't a type of bee? A
Do you
social
know
bee
that it is?
is not its own insect. A social bee is a type of bee. Honeybees are social. Paper wasps are social.
No, listen. A social bee is a type of bee. It is a
I'm
sub.
go-
Is a
I'm-
class of bees.
I'm
It's a
gonna
family of bees.
I'm gonna read you the definition of social bees. In order to be considered truly social, a bee colony must consist of a female that lays eggs and worker bees that feed and care for the young. The worker bees will not reproduce their own offspring. Honeybees are an example of a social bee. Paper wasps are also social. So you don't even know what you're talking about. And you're trying to argue the fact that bees aren't killed off by avocados, and you're trying to tell me that a social bee is an actual insect.
Yeah. I never said that.
You just
I
did.
never
You
said.
just
I
did.
never said. No,
You
stop.
just did. Chat, let them know.
Listen. I never said bees never die. Of course, bees die. But guess what? That is the process of life. That is how we grow crops. Without bees dying, we wouldn't have crops. We would all be dead. Okay. But more importantly, there are different types of social bees. Honeybees, yes, are one type. Okay, but not all social bees produce honey. So you're wrong. There are certain types of social bees that are used to produce avocados that don't produce honey. They're not producing honey. That's what I was trying to tell you. That was a different type of bee they were using. Period. Now, again, meat eaters kill way more bees. So if you care about the bees, go vegan. Because most bees die from crop fields, like monocrops, like corn, wheat, all those things that they're trying to pollinate, and they get killed by the pesticides that we use, the excessive amounts of pesticides that you're using for your animal products. Because animal products require way more crops than any vegan or any avocado. Okay? So this argument you're trying to use fails because way more bees die for meat eaters. Vegans want to minimize it. You want to maximize it.
Yeah, okay, but you're looking at the aspect of you're trying to tell me a social bee is its own insect, but it's not. Social bees are consisted of a colony that makes them social. Dude, you could look at carpenter bees. Carpenter bees are one of the most native bees that pollinate avocados. It doesn't matter the type of bee that is pollinating the avocado. They're still dying off by the billions. And you're trying to argue the fact of going vegan, but yet then you're still
Do you know what veganism means?
to be a vegan?
Yeah. What's it mean?
You're killing no animals at all.
No,
No
that's
fish, no
not what
nothing.
it. See, now, you don't know what it means to be vegan. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. That's not what veganism means. Veganism means we want to minimize cruelty as much as practically possible. That's what it means to be vegan.
A person who does not
It
eat
is
any
not
food
about
derived from
killing
animals.
no animals. It is not about being perfect. It's about minimization of animal cruelty, which is what I am advocating for, and you're advocating against for some reason. You have still not justified why it's okay to slaughter animals. You have not justified it.
A person who does not eat any food derived from animals and who typically does not use other animal product.
Yeah, that's
That
not
is-
the true. That's not the exact definition. The actual
I just-
definition
I
is from the
just
Vegan
read-
Society.
I just read it off
Stop
Google, Mike.
talking. That's
just read it off
that's not
Google.
the Vegan Society definition, which is to minimize cruelty as much as practically possible.
So the
As
so the
much as
delusional
practicable.
side.
That is not the true definition. That's just
Bro,
the
Google.
Oxford probably, the
Google.
Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah,
But
it
we're
is.
talking about. I'm talking about the Vegan Society, the actual definition from vegans. Okay, and that is to minimize cruelty.
So your definition is different than what the actual definition is.
No, the Vegan Society definition is the one I go by.
Correct.
Your
That's what-
definition is the one you probably just Googled.
It is, but that's
That's not the true definition. You just Googled that garbage.
But it is the true definition. That is
Nope.
literally the definition of
Prove
the
it.
defining
Prove
word
it.
vegan.
Prove it. Prove it. Prove that's the true definition. Prove it.
Go to Oxford. Go to Oxford Dictionary and
Why do
type
we
in
have to
vegan.
care about what Oxford says about the definition? Why does that mean it's true?
Because you're sitting here arguing, saying that animals are cognitive, and yes,
No,
they do
no.
have brain
Why
function,
do we
and they
have
are
to follow
sentient beings.
Oxford's definition?
Why do we have to follow the law? Why do we have to
No,
follow
no,
red
that's
light,
not
green
what
light,
I
yellow
asked
light?
you, sir. Stop being dishonest. Why do we have to follow the Oxford definition?
Because that is the defining book that has given us definitions on words
No.
for
Why do
centuries.
we have to follow the Oxford definition?
What other definition are you going to give to
The
people?
Vegan Society one. The Vegan Society one.
Does
That's
the
the one
Vegan
I
Society
follow.
have a dictionary?
It doesn't matter. It's still their definition, the one I follow. Period.
Do you have a dictionary for it?
Yeah, it's called the Vegan Society.
And they have an actual dictionary that I can buy online.
They have you don't need a dictionary to have a definition. If you
Okay.
think that's what a definition is, you're so fucking wrong. Now,
Define
again,
one wrong.
give an argument that justifies slaughtering animals. Go.
That justifies slaughtering animals? I already told you, population control. Imagine if we didn't hunt deer. Imagine if we didn't have cows on farms.
So, okay.
You think
so you're saying okay. So
what
you're
you're
saying population control. Okay,
Correct.
great. How many cows exist?
Over 1 billion.
All right. How many of those are wild?
Wild? Probably 0. Unless you've got the random.
Good job. Pretty
Yeah.
much 0 are wild. Exactly.
Correct.
They're
And that's
all
a
being
controlled
bred.
population.
They're all being bred into existence. Populations growing for meat eaters. You're the one causing population to go up. If you want to minimize population, go vegan for that. Now, when it comes to deer, hunting does not solve overpopulation.
Yes, it does. Look at the white-tailed deer in the Midwest.
Yeah. No, hunting is a band-aid. It might solve it short term, but not long term. That's why we still have to hunt. The problem is that there's other ways to minimize deer population. That's urban development changes. That's contraceptives, fencing. Those are all better solutions.
How do you plan on giving a
shooting them.
contraceptive to a wild animal?
You just give them and you go to certain their food locations and you put contraceptives there and they eat it.
How are you going to make an animal eat something that it's not looking to eat?
You put it next to their food locations.
Bro, do you know what deer eat?
Yeah. There's ways to feed deer those contraceptives.
What are you going to do? Put it in the fertilizer that fertilizes the ground?
We could.
And then what happens when you kill off the land?
Well, you can actually put them on top of the crops as well so that they eat them.
You still don't think that would be,
or if you want, you could give them to the deer directly. That would actually do better than hunting them.
How are you going to give it to them directly? Shoot them with an arrow with with a little syringe?
No, you put it next to the crops.
Again, you'd have to force it into their mouth. They're not going to.
Look, we can tranquilize and then give them the contraceptives and then put them back in the wild.
But isn't that harming the animal and causing distress?
No. How is it harming them?
You have to shoot them with a tranquilizer. It still causes them pain. They still feel the receptive, and then you knock them out.
Okay, then we'll find a way to do it to make the least amount of pain possible, and then that's way we can give the contraceptives so that deer population goes down. The point is that there are solutions to these problems that you're not willing to look at because you just want to shoot them to death for no reason.
Give me a solution.
Look, listen. Hunting does not solve overpopulation. It's just a band-aid. The solution is to solve the root problem. The root problem is urban development. It's lack of fencing, right? Those are hunting actually exacerbates the issue because when you hunt, you kill the biggest deer, right? Whereas in the wild, the smallest deer die because the predators look at the smallest deer. So you're actually causing more overpopulation of deer. And this is again, there are better solutions that I think we should exhaust before we resort to shooting animals like madmen.
Okay, what about the rabbit population? What would you do with the rabbit population if people didn't hunt rabbits?
Same thing. Fencing, contraceptives, all those things. There are ways to solve these issues without shooting animals like barbarians.
So your solution is to put up a giant fence around, let's say, tens of thousands of acres of land where deer, rabbits, foxes, coyote, wolves.
No, you don't have to put thousands of. We can literally just put some fencing in certain areas that are designated, right? Certain hotspots. The point is that there are ways to minimize animal population without shooting them, right? And hunting is not going to solve the issue.
So are you gonna agree to paying a tax increase then to put up your fences?
Well, I would argue that there are other sources of money that are used for hunting that we can transport over to there. Yes.
Where do you think the money's going to come from, bro? You're trying to implement a tax, basically, to say that
we
everybody
already
should go
look,
vegan.
sir. We already pay taxes for these things.
Yeah, and you were trying to argue earlier that babies don't pay taxes, but they do. Because the moment that I have a child, I get to put them on my tax return, and I get more money back from the government.
Yeah, but that baby doesn't pay taxes.
No, they are a tax, and I get money for it. That's the beauty of it.
No.
So yes, they do.
No. Babies do not pay taxes.
They do. They give you. You are allowed to write them off on your tax return.
No, they don't. Babies don't pay taxes. You only get a write-off from that because you pay taxes, but not the baby.
That the baby's helping, ain't they? You're getting more money for them.
Taxes, dumbass.
Oh, now you're name calling because you got cooked on live.
You didn't cook jack shit. All you're doing is going because you have no actual argument.
Look at your whole chat, bro. Look at your whole chat right now.
Well, the chat is non-vegan. Of course they're going to disagree with me. But the fact of reality is you have not given a single argument today that justifies slaughtering animals.
I have. The population and what it would do to the environment. Your solutions are going to poison the land.
Sam, do you agree that veganism is minimizing population of cows?
Veganism?
Yeah.
I would say they don't affect it at all.
What? You don't think when you go vegan, when you don't kill cow, when you don't breed cows, you're not minimizing population that way? What?
Bro, hold on. Let's see. How many vegans are in the world? There's probably been a study on it. Approximately 79 million vegans worldwide. You think out of 8 billion, 7.8 billion, people?
Sir, no, that's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you how many cows there were or how many people that are vegan there are. I asked you a simple question. Does going vegan minimize cow population?
No, because you're 1% of the population.
No, sir. Does going vegan reduce cow population?
Going vegan?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Because what do you mean? What do you mean no? How does being a vegan reduce the population?
Because we're not breeding them into existence anymore.
You're not the people that would be breeding them anyway. You're 1% of the entire.
You are breeding them. That's the point. You are breeding these animals, raising the population.
There's no issue with that. There's no issue with.
Listen very carefully. Listen. You are for overpopulation of cows because you breed them into existence. I'm against that because I don't want to breed them into existence.
But there's not an overpopulation of it right now. What are you talking about?
There's billions of cows. That's overpopulation.
No, it's not.
There are more cows than people on the planet.
There's 8 billion people in the world, dumbass. There's only 1 billion cows.
There's way more cows than that.
Google it, bud. The USDA reported the world cattle inventory 2021.
There's about 2 billion cows. That's still a lot of freaking cows out there.
But you're trying to dude, do you not realize you're trying to argue with somebody who's already done the research?
Sir, stop. You haven't done jack shit. Because there are still billions of cows. There are still billions. Sir, stop. There are still billions of cows in existence. And they're overpopulation. How about this? How many chickens are there?
Let's find out. Seven 2020. There were over 33 billion chickens in the world in 2020.
Great, thank you. 33 billion. Mm-hmm. That's more than people. Is that enough for you?
Bro, do you know how fast chickens get killed off?
Is that overpopulation for you?
No.
30. Wait. Are you saying 33 billion is not overpopulation?
No.
So what's overpopulation to you?
What's
overpopulation to you?
When you overpopulate an animal to its environment, do you know what happens to the surrounding?
What number is overpopulation to you?
We don't know. It hasn't been done yet. We haven't
Great.
overpopulated the
We
world
don't
yet.
know. So how the fuck can you say we're overpopulated?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. How many?
By the way, 2 billion is still a lot of cows. That's still overpopulation of cows. Just because it's less than people doesn't mean it's not overpopulation.
Do you know?
By
Do
the
you know
way,
how
so
many? Do you know how many?
your argument you just used is stupid.
Do you know
It's
how?
still overpopulation because there's still too many of them for us to actually handle.
Do you know how? Do you know how many
That's
ants
why
there
we
are in the
kill
world?
them. That's why we have to kill them every year because we can't sustain them.
No,
That's
we
why
kill.
they're overpopulated, even though there's less cows.
We kill them every year. Dude, the population of cows goes up every year. Do you know why we kill
Yeah,
them?
that's
We kill
because
them
you're
because
causing
they
them to be
taste.
bred into existence.
We kill
Look,
them because they taste good.
look. This is the problem. You are causing overpopulation of cows, chicken, and pigs. Period. You are causing them to be overpopulated. I'm against that. I want to minimize their population. I want to reduce their population because I don't want them to be suffering and harmed. So your argument today was, I don't want to go vegan because then you'd be overpopulated with animals. Well, I'm showing you that you're actually in favor of veganism because we want to minimize population. So you should be vegan because
Mike,
vegans are reducing population of cows and pigs and chickens.
Mike, do you know what happens when you overpopulate the ecosystem of a certain animal in its environment?
Can you answer my question, sir? Do you understand that vegans reduce population of animals?
I mean, if you're against the killing of all animals for not them being harmed, sure. I mean, I guess go ahead.
Great. So then, by your concession, it would be better to go
So
vegan. It would be better to go vegan because vegans cause less death to animals. More because we cause less population of animals.
the death doesn't make the difference. The overpopulation to the ecosystem is
Sir,
what matters. We
listen
control
very
that right
carefully.
now.
Listen very carefully. You just conceded that that vegans reduce population of animals, right?
Sure.
Great. So by your own concession, it would be better to go vegan because we reduce population,
No,
right?
because you have no answers to how the population control can then sustain itself in the
Sir,
ecosystem.
by your own concession, it's better to go vegan, right? Because we reduce population.
No, it wouldn't be better to go vegan because if you were to release the animals from the captivity to where they
Oh
can
my
have their own
gosh, bro.
ecosystem,
Oh my
they're
gosh.
just
Oh
going
my
to
gosh.
continue to populate.
No, I already addressed this to you. You
Dude,
didn't listen
your
very much.
ideas are not valid.
Listen, you're not listening. I already showed you that if we all went vegan, we would have those cows, pigs, and chickens in sanctuaries where their populations would dwindle over time. Okay, that's if we all went vegan tomorrow, which is not going to happen, by the way. But what I'm advocating for is for us to slowly dwindle those populations of animals, hence reduce their population. That's what we should be doing. By your own concession, that's the right thing to do, but you're too cognitive dissonant to understand that you're wrong.
No, dude, because the way that you were trying to implement contraceptives and control to the populations in the environment will just kill the ecosystem even more. You're talking about
I thought you said you want to reduce population of deer. I did that without killing them.
Bro, what
Without
are you talking
killing
about?
them.
Putting contraceptives in the ground that they eat, the
No,
grass,
no,
and in
I
the
already
dirt?
told you we can give them to the deer directly.
Oh, okay. Let me see you go walk up to a friggin' herd of white-tailed deer,
Oh my
and how
gosh,
many of them
sir,
are going to
we
come up
already
to you and
do
eat out your
this. We already do this. We already do this to deer. We already give them contraceptives. This is already happening.
Send me a link.
Oh my gosh, bro. You don't think we give deer contraceptives? You don't think we give animals contraceptives?
Yeah, when they're in captivity.
Yeah, that's the point. We can still tranquilize them and give them contraceptives, hence reducing their population without shooting them like madmen. That's the point here. The point is that you're causing harm and suffering for no reason.
Hey, listen, bro. When you figure that out, Mike, trust me, when you figure it out, give me a call because you'll be a fucking trillionaire. Okay? You will be a trillionaire in that sense and in that business because if you could control the population.
Next. Hey, what do you got? Guys, you don't have to hunt. You don't have to hunt to reduce population. You can reduce population without being crazy. You can reduce it by contraceptives, fencing, better development practices, and you can go vegan by minimizing animal population, by not harming the animals. It's still better to go vegan. Veganism is still the best option. It's the solution. You don't harm animals and you still get all the benefits. It's the best thing to do. And you don't have, nobody can defeat that. Nobody has an argument.
Hello?
Nobody has an argument against veganism. Nobody does.
Hello?
Hey, how old are you?
18.
Great. Everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube, by the way, for all my debates. Great. So what do you got for us today?
I just want to understand how you think. So, obviously, naturally, humans are omnivores, right? That's just a fact. So, going vegan doesn't stop animals from being killed for food unless you can convince the entire population of humans to go vegan. Chickens naturally lay eggs.
Yeah, we don't have to cause them, we don't have to make everybody go vegan to minimize suffering, right? We can just, vegans are already causing lots of a reduction of suffering. You don't need everybody to do it.
But it's going to happen either way. Whether you're vegan, that doesn't cause much effect.
It does. It does. One person can have a big effect on the world. One person can have can produce a snowball that rolls down the hill, and like a snowball effect, it compounds and the effects become bigger and bigger. More and more people are becoming vegan because we're speaking up. One person can make a difference. We can make a difference. Just because you don't want to see it doesn't mean it's impossible.
There's no need to make that so heartfelt. But can I ask you, what exactly are...
Because you're sitting here on my live trying to justify slaughtering and abusing animals. I'm sorry, guys, but that doesn't seem right to me. You don't have to harm the animals. Why are you harming animals? Why are you causing them suffering? Why are you abusing them? Stop abusing them. Can I ask you a question, or are you just going to keep talking? Give an argument or go away. I just want to know what you believe the personal health benefits are of veganism. I don't give a shit about the health benefits. It's about the animals, not about the health.
God damn, I love eating beef. I fucking love cows, bro. That shit be so good, bro. I love eating chicken, bro. That shit good as fuck. I'm sitting here at the steak.
Yeah, so where's your argument? When you come back, give an actual argument. Don't be a coward. Give an argument or go away. I don't have time to deal with children. You sound childish saying that. Imagine if there were people dying in Gaza and you said, I like their death, I like death. You'd be canceled tomorrow. Yet you're sitting up on my live saying, I like to kill and abuse animals. It's wrong. You don't have to kill and abuse animals. He doesn't know how to immune himself. Definitely not going to be able to debate me.
How's it going?
Hey, what do you got?
So, going back to your contraceptives on the wild animals, back in the 40s and 50s, those were implemented onto farmers' crops, which then, let's say, the rabbit ate the crop, the rabbit died, the hawk ate the dead rabbit, that hawk died. It was a mass killing disease back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Okay, sir, we're not in the 30s anymore. Now we have technology, better technology.
I was touching base on your
better
contraceptives.
target
We tried it
specific
and it didn't
animals,
work.
sir. We're not in the 30s anymore. We have better technology today. The point is that there are better methods of solving this population problem than to just hunt animals like mad people. There are better solutions. You don't have to hunt animals like crazy barbarians. So either give a good solution without harming animals or give a justification.
I was trying to, and then you interrupted me.
Give a solution or go away.
Give a solution for harming animals.
Give a justification for harming animals.
For providing my family with natural, clean meat.
Yeah.
I'm not harming them. I'm killing them.
You can get natural
ethically.
clean meat from people, right? You can eat people, get their natural clean meat.
I'm not a cannibal. That's not how it works.
Why not? Why is it wrong to eat people but okay to eat a cow?
Why would it be okay to eat people? Can you answer that question?
It's not okay. I don't think it's okay.
So why can't I eat a cow that God put on this earth?
Look, we're debating here, right? I'm asking you the questions to see where your ethics lies. So what justifies killing cows if you think it's wrong to kill people? What's the difference between the two?
One's a human life. Another are livestock.
Okay, great. Why do you think it's okay to kill livestock? What's the difference between humans and livestock that justifies killing them?
Well, a cow has 4 stomachs. They're meant to be processed.
No, sir, that's not what I asked you. I asked you, what trait do cows have that justifies slaughtering them ethically?
Wild animal.
Okay, why do we get to kill wild animals? What's the trait that wild animals have that we don't? Or that animals don't have that we do that justifies killing the animal?
I'm not gonna argue with you over this. They are wild animals. God put them on this earth for us to provide our families with to eat.
Prove it. God doesn't exist. God's stupid. It doesn't fucking exist.
Here we go.
But even if it does exist.
So what else are you minus a vegan,
doesn't
atheist? What
justify
else do you got
slaughtering
going for you?
animals. Look, just because some magic wizard said you can eat animals, it doesn't mean you have to. Do you have to kill animals? Does your little Bible say you have to kill animals?
No, it does not. But
Great.
I do it.
So why do you do it when you know you don't have to and it causes harm?
Protein benefits.
Okay, great. So
dietary benefits.
What protein do you get from meat that I cannot get from plants?
So how are you going to get the plants that are fertilized by the livestock?
Sir, what protein do I have to get from meat?
Sure, whichever one you want, but...
No, maybe you can't follow to the logic today, sir. You said something very specific. You said, I have to get protein from meat. Why can't I get protein from plants?
Can those plants provide the exact protein the exact same protein that comes from beef?
Yes, all the essential amino acids are found in all plants.
They are?
Yes.
How are they fertilizing those plants to grow?
Why does it matter how they're fertilizing it, sir? There's synthetic fertilizers, there's manure.
Over 50% of fertilizer is a natural fertilizer caused by cows.
Okay, there's also synthetic fertilizers.
Synthetic fertilizers, that sounds healthy.
It is healthy, sir. There's nothing wrong with eating things. In fact, most of it comes from synthetic fertilizers. You don't have to eat cow shit.
All right. Well, I was just trying to give a natural fertilizer.
I don't care.
Not a chemical, not a chemical that is being thrown into everybody's food. You're a vegan, so why are you ingesting chemicals in your?
Sir, water's a chemical. Water's a chemical. Chemicals don't mean they're bad. Okay? I know you don't know jack shit about science, but veganism is not about health. It's about ethics. And the thing you guys are all missing is that the animals don't have to die. They don't. We can get natural fertilizers, by the way, through compost. You don't have to kill cows. You don't have to eat chickens. You don't have to kill those animals for food. You don't. But let's get the next victim in here. You can still be perfectly healthy as a vegan. Everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube. Hello?
Hello. I shouldn't really have come on because I am vegan as well. But I was wanting to join in the argument, that's all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being vegan, but I'm looking for opposition. By the way, guys, those of you who are watching who are vegan, thank you. Those of you who are watching that are vegan, thank you so much.
I am not vegan. Actually, where I come from is naturally Predominantly meat
Okay,
and
fantastic. Great. So what justifies slaughtering poor animals?
oh, we don't farm. So the animals, if they're starving, it's because they can't sustain themselves.
Ma'am?
There's no farming where I'm from. Or
What do you
no
mean there's no
farming, no
farming?
farming.
How do
There's
they,
no farming. It's too
how do you eat?
cold.
How do you eat then?
Hunting? Hunting, and there's
So
grocery
you're
stores.
all,
Grocery stores, I love fruit and vegetables,
oh, so there is
honestly.
stores. Okay, great. So you have stores. So why do you eat animals when you can eat fruits and plants?
Because of nutrition and what's available naturally in the habitat that I live in.
Ma'am, you have stores, right?
I would be less nutriently, how do you describe it? Nutrients. We would be
All right.
missing
Have a good day,
nutrients.
ma'am. Maybe you got to eat more plants to get a. Say
Huh?
rate and subscribe. Hello?
Hi. Just one question. What is the point of the live? Like, are you trying to
Man,
convince
this is a
people
debate
to be
stage.
vegan?
Man, I don't know if you know this, but you're in a debate stage. We're debating. How
That's
old are
what I
you?
was. That's literally all I was asking. That was the question.
Okay, great. So what is your argument for us today?
It's personally not an argument. Just so obviously I'm clearly new to this live. I didn't think it was a debate. I thought it was kind of you pushing people to be vegan.
No, nobody's pushing you to be vegan. You're
That's kind
pushing
of how
animals
you'll
in
come
gas
across.
chambers. You're pushing animals in factories. I'm not
Me.
pushing you to be vegan. I'm simply
Me.
exposing you
I'm
guys
pushing them
to the
into
truth
factories. Me.
about factory farming. I'm trying to show you that there's no need to kill the animals.
But
Period.
surely if it's not affecting you, then why do you care?
Because it's
You eat
affecting
what
the animals. It's affecting billions of animals.
you eat what you want. I'll eat what I want. People will eat what
Okay,
they
great.
want. So
I'll eat you.
no, you definitely won't eat me.
Oh no! Oh, I thought that you said I can eat whatever I want to.
Well, exactly. So why are you trying to push people to be vegan?
If I can eat what I want to, then why can't I eat you?
Well, go for it. If you want to, go for it.
Oh, okay. So you think it's okay to be a cannibal?
I never. When did that come out of my mouth?
You
You're the
just
one that
literally
said
said
that.
that. You just said that.
You're the one that said you wanted to eat me.
Yeah, I'm using your This is your
Case
logic. This is your
closed.
logic, ma'am.
Case.
Ma'am, listen. This is your logic. You just said eat whatever you want, and I said okay, let me eat you, and you're like no. So what is it? Eat what I want or don't eat what I want? Guys, some things are wrong to eat, like people and animals. We don't have to eat animals. There's no reason to.
Hello.
How old are you?
Pardon?
How old are you?
18.
What year were you born?
Pardon? 2002.
Wow, you're a very old 18-year-old. It's been 18 for 3 years now. Hello?
Yo. I mean, why wouldn't you just want a big piece of meat in your mouth, gang?
Your mom does. She had mine in her mouth yesterday. But do you
Yeah,
have an
you're
argument for us
stuttering.
today,
You're
or do you have an
stuttering.
argument?
You're stuttering.
You're gone. You're gone.
Yo, I have a question for you. So, like, when you say any people can eat whatever they want, and so but then you argue that like they shouldn't be eating animals and humans. What's like your distinction between animals and humans? Because I see it like there's a clear distinction, and I don't think that.
What is it? What is it? What's the distinction?
Okay, well, I mean, clearly, like as a human, right? Do you see yourself like would you value yourself
at the same level as like a pig, for example.
No, that's not the difference between us, right?
That
That's
is
just
the
subjective
difference. I
value.
mean, inherently, right, as humans, right,
Sir, look,
we
I value
believe.
my look, I value myself more than you, right? But I
Okay,
don't that
that's
doesn't
fine.
give me the right it doesn't give me the right to murder.
So I think
Value, look, sir,
in general,
listen,
humans
listen,
are.
listen. Shh. Value doesn't matter here. That's subjective. We're talking about objective moral objective distinctions.
I think there is an objective
Hold
distinction.
on, hold on.
Well, because you can just yap and
Oh
I
my
can't talk.
gosh. We're talking about objective traits that we have that animals don't have that justifies killing the animal. That's what we're talking about. Value subjective. I value me more than you. But it doesn't mean I morally get the right to kill you, right? Just like the animals. I value myself more than the animals, of course. But it doesn't give me the right to kill them because we don't have to kill them. There's no need to. There's no reason to. There's no justification. That's why value is irrelevant here. So please, give the justification for harming animals. Go.
Value is irrelevant here because, okay, you're saying it's subjective, and I can understand where you come from when you say that. But I think I can make the argument that objectively a human life is more important than a pig's life. And like
It doesn't matter.
this, I don't see how you can even argue against that.
It
That
doesn't
does
even
matter
matter.
though.
It doesn't even matter.
Why
I'm
wouldn't that
talking
matter?
about ethics. Ethically speaking, there's no reason to kill the animals or a pig or a chicken or cow. There's no reason
Ethically
to do it.
speaking, it's
What?
worse to kill a human than it is to kill a pig.
I agree, but it doesn't give us the right to kill cows or pigs.
I think the right is that it is in that it makes like it
Sir,
allows for humans
how
to
old,
sustain
sir,
themselves.
stop. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. That's why. Okay. Just listen for a second. Value is irrelevant. I'm talking about ethics. In ethics,
Okay, we
we
can talk
care
about
about
ethics.
traits. We care about things that are objective, that distinguish between doing something wrong or good. That's what we care about.
Okay, if a
So,
human being needs to
what
sustain
justifies?
themselves by eating meat, is there a problem with that?
No, because guess what? There are some instances where you have to eat animals to survive, but we're not in that circumstance right now. You have a store next to you. You have the ability to eat anything you want. And with choices comes responsibility. So why do you eat animals if you don't have to?
So, okay, well, it's clear that not everyone can afford a lifestyle, like a vegan lifestyle. I think that's like very
Yes,
well known.
and veganism
Not
is very
everyone can
cheap.
afford a vegan lifestyle.
Stops. Most vegans are not rich. This is ridiculous.
I'm not saying they are.
The overwhelming amount of vegans are not rich. Many of them are in poverty. There's no need to be rich, or it's not expensive to be vegan. It's very cheap. Pasta, beans, rice, some of the cheapest foods on the planet. There is no excuse to harm animals.
So, would you argue that would you argue that like someone who naturally like they go out and they buy their groceries, they get meat, right? And they do that because they believe that it's better for their health, right? And maybe they've observed that it is better for their health. Maybe they've tried going vegan and it didn't really work out for them, right? Like their health was declining. What would you suggest for that person to do? Would you suggest for that person to try again, or just keep like staying on a
Learn
diet
about
that includes
nutrition.
meat?
Learn about nutrition. It's not about health. It's about
Okay, so would you
ethics.
is like convenience not a factor whatsoever? Because I mean, a lot of things that
It's
people
convenient to
do
be.
have to do with
Convenient
convenience.
to be vegan. You can be a vegan and be in
I would argue it's less convenient to be vegan than it is to eat anything,
Why?
and that's a fact. You can't even argue against that.
Why is it
So
why is it less convenient to be vegan? Why?
you have to be selective with what you eat. If you
No,
eat
you
anything, you
don't.
don't have to be selective.
No, you don't. When I go to the
So
store,
being
sir,
selective is the
listen. Shh. I know from your perspective, you think it's crazy to be vegan. But when I go to the store, it's like learning a new skill. You don't think about it twice. I don't think about it anymore. I just go to the store and I know what to buy. I don't think about it. I just buy it. Because it's like learning a new skill set. It's just simple. Yeah, maybe at first you have a point, but in time, You don't think about it when you go to the store. You don't think about it. It's not inconvenient anymore. Okay? It's not difficult at all to be vegan. So please understand this dynamic. Now, what justifies slaughtering animals? If the only thing you have is convenience, well, I'm sorry, sir, but that's not a good argument. Because it's not more convenient to be vegan, to be a meat eater. There you go. One last shot.
Well, I mean, when we look at convenience, like so many things that exist are for convenience. So you're essentially saying those things aren't necessary and those things are wrong just because the only reason that they exist is for convenience. We could have just
No, sir.
eliminate
There's an
telephones
ethical
and talk
dynamic
over like
here.
whatever the old shit was, but that's not convenient.
Sir,
That would make no sense, right?
listen. There's an ethical dynamic here. Guys, you keep missing the elephant in the room. There are animals being slaughtered right now. Billions of animals in cages right now. That's the problem.
That's
So
not a problem.
how is it not a problem that animals
Bro,
are suffering?
we are above these animals, dude. We are above these animals.
In
We are
what
the
way?
highest level of the food chain.
It doesn't. It
We
doesn't mean that
deserve to eat these animals.
No, we don't. The animals do not deserve to die. This is ridiculous. Do we get to slaughter dogs now? No. There's no reason to slaughter any animal. Period. I don't care how big we are, how smart we are. It doesn't justify slaughtering animals who are suffering in cages, who are stuffed in gas chambers, who are literally being slit on the neck. Some of them alive. 15% of animals are conscious while they're being slaughtered and dismembered. Think about that. There's such a disconnect between you guys and the animals. There's such a disconnect here. You're so disconnected from others. And that's all I'm trying to point out. There's a big disconnect. We look at dogs, we look them in their eyes, and we recognize that they're sentient, they're conscious, they're thinking beings with personalities, they're loving beings. We call them family. We call dogs family members. Cows and pigs and chickens, they're still sentient. They're the same sentient beings. They're still individuals. They're not just objects. They're not just objects. They're individuals. They don't deserve to die. This is pathetic. Their experience is just as valid as mine. I don't care how smart I am compared to them, or how much on the food chain, how high in the food chain I am on. That's irrelevant to the fact that they are still sentient beings. Why the disconnect? Learn about the animals. Learn about who they are. Learn about what you're doing.
I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you.
Hey, what do you got?
Hey, so I think that it's actually probably well, I don't think it's wrong to eat animals. I think it is wrong to eat the plants and houses that animals live in.
So you think it's perfectly fine to slit a dog's neck open?
I didn't say dog. We don't eat dogs here.
Okay. So why is it wrong to eat a dog, but okay to eat a cow?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily wrong to eat a dog, or a cow, or any of that. I think that's kind of amoral, but I do think it is wrong to steal all their food, all their houses. Like, lettuce,
do you know,
caterpillars live in that.
do you know how many crops, what percent of crops are grown for animals?
All of them.
75% of crops in the world are grown for animal agriculture. So you by being a meat eater, you're actually killing more animals. You're killing more habitats. You're killing more fucking animals.
Yeah, I don't think we should
Your
be eating
argument
animals.
collapses on itself. Your argument is antithetical to what you're proposing.
Well, actually, no, it's not. You're just presupposing my argument.
Are you vegan?
I am, but I also don't eat plants or vegetables.
What do you eat then?
Just dirt.
Oh man. Oh man. I just I just can't. Hello? Oh, I need that laugh. I needed that laugh so much.
I'm gonna eat you. You better run, Mike.
It's a little weird now. You're still doing that? Like that's a little weird.
Hey, Mike, can you steel man the argument that that the other side has? Like, can you understand the perspective of a person who says that
Yeah, I like the taste.
that
That's all you got. That's literally all
maybe
you
a
got.
balanced diet is more suitable? Because even when you're eating vegan food, you're still harming the environment, and you're still indirectly, maybe
Yeah,
not
sir.
directly harming the
Look.
environment,
Can you
but
steel
you're
man?
still indirectly harming
Can
the
you
environment.
steel man veganism?
Yeah, I can. I
Go
think
ahead,
I
do
can.
it, do it. Steel man veganism. Try.
I understand your perspective that
Do it, do it, do
the
it, do it.
animals
Steel man
the
veganism.
animals are sentience, and
No,
they
no,
feel.
steel man veganism. Do it.
Okay, why don't you steel man it first, and then I'll come to the other side. So
Well,
I
then
asked you
what?
first.
You don't have an argument. You're just saying I like the way they taste.
So you fail to like even try to understand the other point of view. Is that what you're saying?
No, I know your point of view. You don't have a fucking argument. You're just saying we have to get a balanced diet. We can get a balanced diet as a vegan.
And the
We're
and
not
the
talking
no
about diet.
and
We're
do you
not
understand that we still harm the planet Earth and animals indirectly by being.
That has nothing to do with veganism. Veganism means we want to minimize cruelty and suffering as much as practicable. That's what veganism means. It doesn't mean we stop and eliminate all death in the world. We can't do that. I can't stop all death. Okay? I'm not Superman. But what I can do is minimize the harm. I can deal with the cards I'm dealt with. All that's equal, I can reduce suffering and harm by being vegan. Period. It's not about the environment. By the way, vegans cause less harm to the environment. We cause less harm to the animals, and we cause less harm to our bodies. So the point is, we don't have to eat animals. So what justifies doing that? Give us an argument or go away.
Well, I disagree with your point that you're not harming the environment as being a vegan, because plant diet is also harms the environment and also harms the animals. Not directly, I would say, not directly.
Okay. So how about this? Here's a study called Vegans, Vegetarians in the UK Show Discrepant Environmental Impacts, and it demonstrates that vegans have a 75% lower carbon footprint. We use about 55% less water resources. We destroy about like 45% less biodiversity, and we are destroying about 75% less crops and trees. So the idea that vegans are better for the or worse for the environment is ridiculous. We're way better for the environment. We're not perfect, but we're better. And that's what
So
we're
if
trying
you're
to do.
not perfect, then why don't you first try to perfect that instead of
How can we be perfect? How can I possibly be
well,
perfect?
there's room for improvement, right?
Yeah, and that is going by going vegan. That's how we improve by going vegan.
Well, I think that your approach is not right. If you actually think that is the right way to go, then I
Then
think
look, give me an argument. Give me an argument against veganism.
well, I'm telling you, I don't think that it is that much better off compared to someone who is eating meat.
Sir, look. Do you recognize that you're abusing and harming animals intentionally as a meat eater?
Yes, I understand that, and that is an
Okay,
ethical.
great. So is it better to not harm those animals intentionally or to harm them intentionally? What's better to you?
So now are we talking about intentions? I think that both options harm animals.
No,
And
sir, can you stop and listen to what the fuck I'm saying? I'm
okay,
asking you a very simple question. Is it better to harm less animals or to harm more animals? Which one?
less animals, yeah.
Great. So then why are you not vegan?
Because I don't think that you're harming less animals.
How? How are we not harming less animals when I showed you studies that says we do harm
Uh,
less animals?
I don't think that's established fact. There might be studies, but you can find studies on
Sir,
literally anything.
how many animals are bred into existence in factories per year?
I don't know that.
90 billion. 90 billion. Okay. How many fish do we sequester from the oceans?
I don't know that.
Trillions. Trillions of fish per year. How the fuck are you going to tell me that I kill more than you guys kill?
I do see what you're saying, but I just don't think it's practical to like.
What's not practical is to stuff animals in gas chambers. That is not practical. What's practical is to go to the store and buy plant-based foods instead of killing pigs and cows. That's way more practical to me.
Yo, hello.
Yeah, what do you got?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am eating a very well seasoned piece of chicken right now.
All you're telling me is that you like to abuse animals. That is
Hey,
not good to me.
oh,
Hey, what do
hey
you got?
Mike, how you doing?
Good. What do you got?
Just give me a second. I just got hungry. Mike, I want to eat you, Mike. I want to eat you so bad.
Hey, what do you got?
Yo, I've got an argument. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my argument is right that if we're not meant to eat meat, yeah, or if you don't like eating meat, yeah, right, then why are we omnivores? Like, why is the human body omnivores?
It doesn't matter if the omnivores. It doesn't matter. We don't have to kill any animals, period.
Yeah, but we're omnivores for a reason, right? To eat meat,
It
yeah?
doesn't
So we
matter
were
if we're
born to eat
omnivores
meat.
or shittivores or
Okay,
poopivores or pissivores. It doesn't matter what the fuck we are. We don't have to kill animals. We don't.
Yes, but some people get health benefits from like actually eating proper meat compared to
No, you
like
don't get health
vegan foods, you
benefits. But
know?
more importantly, it doesn't matter. You don't have to kill the animals to be healthy. You don't have to slaughter animals.
Mm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, I've always wanted to ask a vegan this question. What if the animal was not hunted, didn't die because it was, attacked or shot? What if the animal just died of natural causes and then you decided to eat it after that?
If you died for natural causes, could I eat your body?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to do anything about it, but
Right,
I don't
right.
know.
That's the point, right? You feel uncomfortable with it, right? And that tells me all I need to know. It's wrong to me to eat somebody's body. I don't care if they're dead or not. It's still wrong.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Have a good night.
All right, guys. One last victim.
Yo, hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you, sir? How come nobody can? Jesus Christ. Hello?
Hurry up, sir. What's your argument?
Oh, so you can hear me. All right. So is it the killing part or the eating part?
I don't know what the difference is. You're still harming animals for no reason.
Oh, okay, so the part where the animal was already dead, you did not harm it.
Okay, you're still eating an animal for no reason, and you're
So
harming
is
it
it
for
the
no
eating
reason.
part or the harming part?
Both. You're
Oh,
killing and
so
harming
both.
animals. You're
Okay,
killing and harming
so
animals.
how many animals died for your Cobb salad?
Way less than that you're killing for your pig
I would
sandwich.
disagree because when that plow comes and minces up like hundreds of
Ah,
mice,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
100
How
lives
many,
versus the
sir,
life of
how,
one big,
sir,
delicious baby
sir,
lamb.
sir, how many crops in the world are grown for vegans versus for meat eaters? Oh, yeah, that's right. 75% of crops are grown for meat eaters. Okay? You're causing way more animals to die. Way more animals to die under your version, on your perspective. As a vegan, we're minimizing cruelty, we're minimizing death, we're minimizing crops. And by the way, there's something called vertical farming, where you can have 0 animals die. 0. So come up with a better argument next time.
Is that all you eat? Is the vertical farm ones?
No, but I eat all
So
kinds of foods
guilty.
that are minimizing cruelty
Guilty,
to the
sir. I
animals.
sentenced you to 1 cheeseburger.
There's vegan burgers. They're just delicious. They're very delicious.
Animals still die for it.
Um,
You
yeah,
see,
but guess
no
what?
matter what you
Way
do,
less.
minimized or not, you're still
Look, guys, people say this all the time. You're still killing animals. Look, I can't be perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's impossible to live in a world where no animal dies. But what I can do is minimize cruelty and death to the animals. That's what we're doing as vegans. We're minimizing harm. We're reducing suffering. We're reducing harm. You're maximizing it. Because again, most crops, he didn't listen, but maybe he'll listen this time. Most crops in the world are grown for meat eaters, not for vegans, right? So you're killing way more animals, way more crops, way more carbon emissions are being produced for meat. Vegans are minimizing that. So isn't that better? It's the better way. It's the more ethical way. Veganism is better in every way. And the science backs this up. We have Oxford studies that I gave several today that show vegans have a way less carbon footprint. We're better for the environment, which is also a big disaster. Climate change is a big problem. And veganism is one of the best things you can do to solve that. So even if you don't care about the animals, even if you don't care about killing dogs, you think dogs are just objects, we get to kill dogs. Well, the environment is still something worthy of caring about. And for that, you should be plant-based alone. But again, being vegan is about the animals. Everybody go subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube for these debates. I'll be posting them up tomorrow. Guys, the bigger picture is this. Right now, as we speak, 90 billion animals are being stuffed in cages. They can't move. They can't go outside. They sit in their own feces. They sit in their own shit. They sit in their own piss. Their bones break under their own weight because we make them grow so many eggs. We inject them with so many chemicals and hormones to make them bodies grow. They become so fat and big, their bones can't even support their own weight. Cows are forcibly impregnated to produce milk for us. Look at how much suffering is being caused for you, for your meat, for your dairy, for your eggs. Look at how much suffering you're causing. That's the big picture here. At least be attentive to it. At least think about it. Before you eat it, go think about where it came from and what it was. Because look, you are one person who can make a difference. All of us can make a difference, and one person can be a big difference, let alone a collective. The animals don't have to die. We don't need it to be healthy. We can be perfectly healthy as a vegan. In fact, there's so many studies about plant-based diets. We have less heart disease, less cancers, less diabetes, on and on and on. Vegans are way healthier, have lower rates of disease in general. There is no argument against veganism. It doesn't exist. And most importantly, stop being so disconnected to the animals. They're not objects. I know you view them as objects from your perspective. I know it's hard to look at a pig and a cow and go, oh, that's not like me. They're different than me. Yeah, they're different, but they're still sentient. They're still individuals. They still have thoughts and feelings. There's no reason to dehumanize them or belittle them or objectify them. There's no reason to do that. They're still sentient individuals like we are, with their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own emotions. In many factories around the world, baby cows are stolen from their mothers, and the mothers cry for days. They get depressed because they miss their babies. Their mothers, they miss their babies, and they cry. And then that baby is stolen, given to the veal industry, then they're killed almost immediately after they're born. Think about it, guys. Animals cry, they feel pain, they suffer. They're not just objects. And you have to connect yourself back to nature in a way, in a sense, at least this sense. Connect yourself back to the animals and recognize that they are not just objects. And that's the elephant in the room. The amount of suffering is immense. And we can change that. It's not needed. All of us have choices. We're at the top of the food chain. Yeah, you're right. But guess what? Being at the top means we have responsibility and choices. And we can do better. And even if, like I said before, even if you don't care about the animals, if you care about our planet, if you care about having water, clean watering, clean air, an environment that's habitable, then go vegan or go plant-based at least. Even reducing your meat intake has a tremendous impact on the environment. One of the biggest things you can do as an individual person to help the world around you is to go vegan. One of the best things you can do. No fucking doubt about that. And I talked to a biomedical scientist on my YouTube. I interviewed him, and he explained to me that pandemics, I mean, we're talking about diseases, are also largely caused by animal agriculture. Coronavirus was largely caused by animal farming. And the next pandemic, which is inevitable, will happen again if we don't stop the animal farming. There are many, many bigger issues here at hand. So I will never stop fighting for the animals. Never will. There's no reason to harm them. And in the future, everybody will recognize these facts in the future. It's just going to take time. But we can expedite that process. We can change things faster. We can do something now. And every one of us has a voice. See, the animals don't have voices. They can't speak up. The animals don't speak English. So who will speak for the animals if they can't speak for themselves? Who's going to do it? We have to. We have to take responsibility. We have to be selfless. We have to do it. It's not that hard. People think it's so hard to be vegan. It's not. It's easy and it's fun. It's exciting to learn about all the new foods to eat. When I went vegan, I recognized the amount of foods out there that are edible. I didn't know about all the different types of fruits and veggies and beans and pastas and grains and rices. It opened up an entirely new world, culinary world for me. So just think of what you're missing out. People, a lot of meat eaters say, well, you're missing out on steak. Well, you're missing out on the thousands of plant-based foods out there. The point is that there's an entirely new world to explore by being vegan, let alone all the facts of reducing suffering. Being vegan, becoming vegan was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And the reason why is because the effects are clear. The effects are real. It's minimizing harm. It's minimizing greenhouse gas emissions. It's better for the health. It's better for the environment. It's better for everybody. They're better for everybody. It's a win-win for the entire world. So, and on the last note, a lot of people will say that in America, we love our freedom. We fight for freedom. But why do you take it away from the animals? Why do you take away their freedom so easily? Why? Let them be free and happy. They don't deserve to be dead. They deserve to be free. They don't deserve to die. Just like nobody does. Nobody deserves to suffer or die if they don't have to. Every one of your experiences as a person is valuable. We're all valuable as people. But for the same reasons I don't want to harm you, I don't want to harm the animals. We both have very valid experiences. So, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for listening in. I hope you learned something today. I know you're not going to go vegan today. I know you're not all going to go vegan now. Maybe some of you will, which I applaud you for that, for standing up and having courage. But it's a process of learning. Education is the key. Learn about the animals. If you're wondering where to go from here, learn. Learn about the animals. Learn about who they are. Learn about agriculture. Learn about how that's done. Learn about food. Learn about health. Learn about nutrition. Learn. Educate yourself. That's the solution to all of our problems. And every problem we have can be solved through learning and knowledge and education. So, stand up. Do something good. Be useful in this world. You can be. We all have power. We all can do something great. Everybody can do something great. We can change the world. We can do better. We can solve problems. People say we're the smartest animals. Well, if you think we're so smart, be smart. Do it. Do something smart. It seems very dumb to stuff these animals in gas chambers. They don't belong there. That sounds very dumb. The smart thing to do is to help the animals, not to harm them. So, thanks for being here.